Chapter 959. Golden Rock Taoist, Sky Rock Blade Tao. The rock race was known for their invincibility. The Golden Rock Taoist had been with the rock race since birth. He had obtained the rock race's fortuitous encounter and had outstanding talent in cultivation. Cultivating to this point as a rogue cultivator was no small matter. Thousands of years ago, he had already comprehended the Blade Tao, but it was only at the beginner stage. Now that his Blade Tao had finally reached the greater success stage, the terrifying power he emitted could definitely challenge a 12-star mark pinnacle saint. The golden blade light instantly streaked across the sky and reached the true dragon. The golden rock and the true dragon clashed. The two forces were extremely powerful and exploded in the sky. It was like a 12-grade storm that swept out in all directions. The sky seemed to be collapsing as it trembled terrifyingly. Yang Taihe didn't stop with just one attack. He held the dragon rebel spear with astonishing might and continuously swung the battle spear. Streaks of battle light swept out in all directions, restraining the four saints with his own strength. The Golden Rock Taoist had reached the 10th star mark realm and comprehended the Blade Tao. His battle strength was extremely abnormal. He slashed down with his blade, as if he wanted to cut the sky into countless pieces. "You guys go after them. I'll deal with him." The Golden Rock Taoist's aura was like a rainbow. His eyes were like lightning as his entire body flickered with golden light. Streaks of blade light burst out, carrying the momentum of slaying dragons as he frantically slashed out. The Golden Rock Taoist was full of confidence. It was as if he had transformed into a golden rock as he tightly bound Yang Taihe. Yang Taihe shouted, "Who do you think you are? You're just a feathered beast. Die." Yang Taihe's battle strength continued to surge. His unique martial aura was finally released. The mysterious dragon spear said. The black tortoise represented the Yang family's bloodline inheritance, while the true dragon represented his lover. He had forcefully merged the two top-grade spirit demon Daos together. He would fight for his family and his lover for the rest of his life, slaughtering all his enemies. The black tortoise and true dragon appeared behind him at the same time. That overwhelming aura suppressed the Golden Rock Taoist's Golden Rock aura. The black tortoise and true dragon launched a joint attack, tearing apart the Golden Rock's power. Blood spilled from the sky. "Impossible! Yang Taihe, you've been crippled for 5,000 years. How can you still have such battle strength? I don't believe it." The Golden Rock Taoist roared. The Golden Rock Taoist's shocking speed. In the blink of an eye, hundreds of golden light flashes of light in the sky. The sky. The other three saints had no way to intervene in the battle here. They did not dare to continue chasing after Yang Wu. Instead, they scattered and fled. This was the only way to avoid being targeted by Yang Taihe. Moreover, they had tracking techniques, so it would not be difficult to catch up with Yang Wu. It's it. Yang Taihe did not want to continue fighting, but the Golden Rock Taoist kept pestering him. It would not be easy for him to retreat. Once he retreated, the Golden Rock Taoist would continue to chase after him, which would only harm Yang Wu. He steeled his heart and prepared to kill Taoist Golden Rock. Fire! Xing Mingyang from the Xing clan. He had been secretly watching everything. He didn't make a move immediately because he wanted to see Yang Taihe's true trump card. Now that the battle between Yang Taihe and Golden Rock Taoist was at its most intense, it was the best time for him to make a move. He showed no mercy and the Nether Sun Dharma wheel smashed towards Yang Taihe with a force that could devour heaven and earth. Xing Mingyang's strength had also increased by 1 level, reaching the 8th level. With his explosive power, he wasn't much weaker than a 10th level saint. If he went all out, it wouldn't be a problem for him to challenge a 11th or even 12th level saint. Yang Taihe didn't focus on dealing with the Golden Rock Taoist. He had long sensed that there was someone in the dark and had been paying attention. When Xing Mingyang made his move, a shield appeared in his hand. It was another ancestral shield, the shield of Black Tortoise. He brought out the two ancestral weapons. Everything was for safety. The Yang clan couldn't afford to lose any more. Bang! The shield of Black Tortoise blocked the Dark Sun Dharma wheel. Yang Taihe also took the opportunity to stab 3 times at Xing Mingyang. Each stab was like a river going against the current and a dragon roaring. It was shockingly domineering. What? Xing Mingyang didn't expect Yang Taihe to react so quickly. He took back the Dark Sun Dharma wheel and exclaimed. When Xing Mingyang blocked Yang Taihe's attack, he was forced to retreat. His face was filled with shock. The person he didn't want to kill had turned over today. Work together to kill him quickly. Don't give him another chance. The Golden Rock Taoist shouted at Xing Mingyang. The power of the 10th level star rune received the terrifying power of the stars. With a slash, it was as if the Golden Rock was carrying the stars on its back. Golden Rock back stars. This was one of the Golden Rock Taoist's killing moves. He was going all out. Xing Mingyang joined the battle. He had no reason to retreat. He kept forming seals, and a black flame was released from between his eyebrows. His innate attack exploded towards Yang Taihe. Black Sun Devour. A black sun with a dense devouring power shrouded down. It could devour the heavens and destroy the earth. Its power was boundless. Yang Taihe held the Dragon Rebel Spear in one hand and the Black Tortoise shield in the other. He faintly said, 5,000 years of hatred will end today. Who could understand the pain of watching the dragoness being dismembered? Today it all exploded. Dragon scales seemed to appear on Yang Taihe's arms. His draconic might was terrifying. The spirit of the Black Tortoise behind him was incomparably corporeal, forming a thick layer of defense and increasing his battle prowess. When the Dragon Rebel Spear stabbed out, the heavens and earth trembled. Rumble, rumble! The holy war began very suddenly and fiercely. No one could stop it. Qing Feng brought Yang Wu, Miao Miao, and the silver-patterned tortoise to escape. She was very fast. Looking from afar, one could only see a streak of azure light streaking across the horizon. Fortunately, Qing Feng had increased her strength. Otherwise, she might not have been able to escape so quickly. It was very likely that others would have caught up to her. Yang Wu was very anxious and helpless. He had always thought that he had the ability to protect himself. Now, it seemed that he was too naive. It would be too easy for those star-pattern realm existences to kill him. He felt very sullen and swore, "Wait until I reach the star-pattern realm. I will slaughter you all like pigs." Qing Feng didn't dare to stay for a moment. She had to quickly find the next city, and use the city's spatial gate to leave. Only then would she be able to avoid being noticed. She flew for half a day without stopping. She didn't know how much distance she had traversed before she finally found a big city. Before she had time to be happy, a holy voice rang out behind her. "You're really fast." The hunting dog and hell dog chased after her. This was in existence at the 7th star pattern realm. It was even stronger than the spear monster and the poisonous woman. Its mount was also at the mid-beast saint realm. This combination was enough to look down on Qing Feng. The hellhound's 2 heads opened their mouths wide, spitting out their scarlet tongues. Their evil eyes made people shudder. Qing Feng didn't fight with it. She turned into her original form and speed was her advantage. She spread her wings and flew thousands of miles away. "Do you think you can escape?" The hunting dog sneered and continued to chase with the hell dog. The hell dog's speed wasn't slow. It ran in the air on all fours and chased after Qing Feng very quickly. It could use its own power, but the hunting dog also injected power into it. It could only be done with the support of a secret technique. The hunting dog obviously had such a secret technique. The hunting dog couldn't give Qing Feng any chance to escape. He took out a common weapon and shot it at Qing Feng's back. It was a saint weapon. With the help of saint power, the arrow chased after Qing Feng like a meteor. Qing Feng's reaction wasn't slow. When the arrow was about to hit her body, she moved her body in time and dodged the arrow. With the delay of the arrow, the hell dog was able to close the distance. Qing Feng continued to run. She was very anxious. She was afraid that the hell dog would really catch up to her. She didn't care if she died, but she didn't want anything to happen to Yang Wu. Sister Qing Feng swallowed the extreme speed pill. Yang Wu shouted. Then, he took out a pill. It was a extreme speed pill. Although it was only a minor saint pill, he didn't care too much. It would increase her speed by a bit. Qing Feng swallowed the pill. The increase in speed wasn't obvious. Yang Wu was very disappointed. Damn it. Next time, I need to prepare more saint pills with other effect. The hunting dog kept shooting arrows from behind. There were a few times when the arrows brushed past Qing Feng's feathers. It was very thrilling. They were getting closer and closer. Master, why don't you let me down? I'll fight it out with him. The silver-patterned turtle showed its loyalty. The silver-patterned turtle drank the saint wine. Its strength rose to the peak of the sky demon realm. However, compared to the star mark realm, it was like the difference between heaven and earth. Yang Wu didn't care about the silver-patterned turtle. He was thinking of a solution. He really wanted to take out the divine weapon electric fork. However, his strength was too weak. It wouldn't be of any use against a high-level star mark realm saint. He thought to himself, it seems like I can only crush the jade tube that great-grandmother gave me. Gong Xilan returned to her youth. Her strength improved. She prepared a life-saving jade tube for Yang Wu. When Yang Wu's life was in danger, as long as he crushed it, her willpower would appear to protect him. However, this jade tube could only be used once. Once it was used, there wouldn't be another chance to use it. Qing Feng was hit by an arrow. She let out a blood-curdling scream as blood splashed into the sky. Her body was on the verge of collapsing, and her speed had dropped significantly. Yang Wu and Miao Miao, who were on her back, were both startled. Boss, is there really no other way? Miao Miao was about to cry. It was the first time he encountered such a dangerous situation. There's no other way. Big Sister Feng, put us down and run. Yang Wu said decisively. I'll fight it out with them. Qing Feng replied decisively. Haha, I'll give you a chance to fight with your lives. Come quickly. The hunting dog finally caught up. His face revealed a proud expression as he laughed wildly. Chapter 960. Hound was at the 7th level of the Star Rune Realm. No matter where he went, he would be a top expert. He was willing to become a bounty hunter because he felt that he had the talent to track people down. He really liked this kind of hunting. Every time he caught a prey and saw their despair, he would be incomparably excited. In the end, he would slowly torture and kill them, which made his mood even better. He was one of the natural-born murderous demons. His mount, the Hellhound, was an evil race. It was rumored that it was a vicious beast that specialized in guarding ghosts. It grew by eating corpses. They worked together and killed countless people on the bounty list. They earned a large amount of money, which was why they were willing to continue doing this. Blue Phoenix was shot by Hound. That arrow contained an evil energy. It wasn't easy to get rid of it. It affected her speed and she couldn't continue running. She could only fight with her back to the river. Blue Phoenix's power shook and sent Yang Wu, Miao Miao, and the silver-patterned turtle far away. She shouted, "If you want to deal with them, you have to get through me first." Blue Phoenix spread her wings and with a flap of her wings, tens of thousands of green blades shot towards Hound and the Hellhound. Blue Phoenix had swallowed the demon Phoenix pellet. Her strength had increased, and her bloodline power had also increased. If she didn't have to protect Yang Wu and the others, she wouldn't be afraid of fighting Hound. The only thing she was worried about was the Hellhound. They were also beast saints. She had to fight one against two. Now, she didn't have a choice. If she didn't fight, she wouldn't have a chance. If she fought, she might have a chance. Final struggle. Hound sneered. He lightly patted the hellhound and said, "Brother, you go. Fighting above your level has always been your specialty." Roar. The hellhound let out an excited roar. It turned into a black bolt of lightning and charged at Blue Phoenix. Its two dog heads spat out black energy that collided with Blue Phoenix's feather blade attack. Blue Phoenix let out a cry and flapped her wings. She was like a peerless blade that attacked the hellhound. If they could kill the hellhound in a short period of time, they still had a chance. Luan Feng Duo. His wings flickered and his sword aura was shocking. The hellhound wasn't a kind creature. Its attack power wasn't weak. It jumped and dodged Qing Feng's attack. Then, it clawed at Qing Feng with its sharp claws. Qing Feng didn't react. She just let the dog claw reach her. Just as the hellhound was about to succeed, the Blue Phoenix cried out again. It twisted its body and its wings retracted. The hellhound was startled. It realized that it had been tricked. It wanted to retreat, but it was too late. It could only continue to attack. Puff, puff. Qing Feng's neck was scratched by the hellhound, and the hellhound's body was also pierced by Qing Feng's feathers. Both of them were bleeding profusely. The helldog's injuries were even worse. Its abdomen had been pierced and black blood was seeping out. Qing Feng's injuries weren't that serious, but the helldog's evil power was corroding her wounds. If she didn't get rid of that power in time, her wounds would worsen and she would die. Brother, don't be careless. She seems to be stronger than you. Hound crossed his arms and smiled. He didn't seem to care about the helldog's injuries. As for Yang Wu Meow Meow and the silver-patterned turtle, he didn't care. As long as he wanted to, those two people and one beast could die at any time. He was just waiting for them to despair. Then, he would take their heads. That would be even more satisfying. Boss, what should we do? Meow Meow asked Yang Wu anxiously. What else can we do? Yang Wu said unhappily. Boss, can we stop playing? Meow Meow was about to cry. It's too late now. Sister Feng might not be his opponent. We have to be prepared to use all our trump cards. Yang Wu looked serious. He was thinking about his trump cards. Great-grandmother's jade tube, the taming monster order, the electric fork, and a dozen imperial edicts. Aside from great-grandmother's jade tube, he probably couldn't use the others. The difference between them was too big. It would be difficult to rely on external items to close the gap. In the future, I have to make those saints owe me more favors. I have to ask them for more trump cards, Yang Wu thought to himself. He couldn't use the jade tube casually. He had to use it when he was in danger. He was afraid that other saints would come after them. He had to use it to make it worth it. After all, the jade tube was great-grandmother's will clone. It was a bit like the imperial edict. It had a time limit. If he used it now and couldn't kill his opponent, they would be dead for sure. No, I can't just sit here and wait. I have to fight back. Yang Wu thought for a while. He took out an Ice Soul Saint pill and swallowed it without saying a word. Meow Meow and the silver-patterned turtle both shivered. They unconsciously moved away from Yang Wu. The Ice Soul Saint pill's Ice Soul Saint pill was too cold. It was not something that ordinary people could withstand. When Yang Wu swallowed the Ice Soul Saint pill, he quickly turned into an ice sculpture. Meow Meow was scared out of her wits. Boss, don't take it too hard. Boss, boss. Meow Meow kept shouting. Master, what are you doing? The silver-patterned turtle was also anxious. Unfortunately, Yang Wu could no longer hear them. In the distance, Hound had been paying attention to Yang Wu's every move. He also saw that Yang Wu had turned into an ice sculpture. He said to himself in surprise, did he commit suicide in despair? Would Yang Wu commit suicide? Of course he wouldn't. The Ice Soul Saint pill was very useful to the Ice Clan. It was also very useful to warriors who cultivated Ice Xian Qi. It was also very useful to him. It could increase the power of the Ice Blade wings. However, Yang Wu underestimated the Saint Pill's medicinal properties. The Ice Soul Saint Pill's Ice Soul Saint pill was too cold. He had just swallowed it when his body was frozen. Fortunately, his fighting soul was not completely frozen. The Heaven's Court Dao flower had the ability to resist cold. This had a lot to do with him refining the frost spring xianqi. Moreover, he had Lan Yaoji to protect him. He would not be frozen to death so easily. Refine the Regal 9 Mysteries formula. Yang Wu roared in his heart. All of his meridians and acupoints let out surging sounds. He circulated the formula to the limit. The Ice Soul St. Pill's medicinal power was poured into his kidneys. The ice blade wings in his kidneys were a part of his body. They needed a lot of kidney power to grow. The Ice Soul St. Pill's power could also help them become tougher. Yang Wu only felt that his kidneys were frozen. His body twitched and he could not move. It was very uncomfortable. At this moment, the power of the Regal 9 Mysteries formula was displayed. The Regal 9 Mysteries formula contained the prenatal xianqi, the frost spring xianqi, the blood evil xianqi, and the corrosive flame xianqi. These 4 types of xianqi had potential that no other xianqi could compare to. Other than absorbing the xianqi of heaven and earth, it could also resist or contain the power of xianqi of the same type. The frost spring xianqi was an extremely cold xianqi. It came from the same source as the Ice Soul St. Pill. The Regal 9 Mysteries formula absorbed this energy of the same source and merged it. It further supplemented the Regal 9 Mysteries formula's power. It also dissolved the Ice Soul St. Pill's power. Yang Wu was able to regain control of his body. At the same time, the ice blade wings continued to grow. They seemed to have turned into 2 peerless ice blades. They emitted waves of coldness that almost made his kidneys explode. Fortunately, Yang Wu had already tempered his saint body. His muscles had become extremely tough. That was why he could resist this Ice Soul St. Pill's power. High up in the sky, Qing Feng and the Hell Dog were fighting. Both of them were covered in blood. They were in a sorry state. They had used up a lot of their demon qi. On the surface, it seemed that Qing Feng had the upper hand. However, in reality, she was not doing any better than the Hell Dog. Originally, she wanted to kill the Hell Dog with her absolute advantage. However, she did not expect the Hell Dog to be so difficult to deal with. No wonder the Hell Dog was one of the top 10 evil races. If she was at the same level as the Hell Dog, she would have been bitten to death. The Hell Dog had been fighting with the Hound Dog for many years. It had more battle experience than Qing Feng. That was why it was undefeated. Enough. If we continue to waste time like this, the others will find us. The Hound Dog did not have the patience to wait any longer. He stepped forward and clawed at Yang Wu, Meow Meow, and the silver-patterned turtle. Qing Feng was shocked. She quickly got rid of the Hell Dog. She put her wings together and blocked the Hound Dog's attack. Bang! Ouch! Many feathers of the blue phoenix were torn off by the claw. Blood splashed everywhere as the blue phoenix fell to the ground. Weak! The Hound Dog sneered. You are the one who is weak. Yang Wu broke out from the ice below. He roared and soared into the sky without caring about anything. All of his power exploded. He faintly carried the power of a saint. He opened his soul eye and shot a beam of soul eye toward the Hound Dog. Soul eye extermination. Yang Wu's soul had reached the level of a saint's soul. His soul light was incomparably terrifying. It could kill any martial artist below the level of a saint. He hoped that this attack would be successful. However, his attack was still too slow. The Hound Dog disappeared from his original position. His soul light missed. Third soul eye. What a terrifying innate talent. Unfortunately, your realm is still too low. The Hound Dog appeared not far away from Yang Wu and laughed. I admit defeat. Please let them go. Yang Wu withdrew all of his aura and said as he resigned himself to his fate. Oh, you are not going to resist just like that? The Hound Dog said in astonishment. It was also at this moment that the ice-bladed wings swept out from the kidney at full speed. Two incorporeal ice blades slashed toward the hound dog's vital points. Just when Yang Wu thought he could succeed, a terrifying saint power appeared in front of the hound dog and blocked his ice-bladed wings from slashing. Bang! The ice-bladed wings slashed on the saint power. A powerful ice-cold air filled the air, but it couldn't break through the hound dog's power. The gap between the two of them was too big. Another terrifying innate talent. You really make people surprised. No wonder the bounty is so high. Unfortunately, your life ends here. The hound dog praised. After that, he issued his final judgment. He raised his palm and grabbed toward Yang Wu. There is no other way. Just when Yang Wu was about to crush the jade tube, someone crushed an item before him and shouted, "Ancestor, quickly come and save him." Chapter 961. Meow Meow was seen as the successor by Meow Meow. Moreover, he was the only one with outstanding talent in alchemy among the younger generation of the Meow clan. He had always been protected and grew up in the Alliance headquarters. He rarely had the chance to go out. That was why Meow Meow longed to leave Tripod City and see the outside world. Meow Meow already knew about Meow Meow's thoughts, but he never allowed it. He also did not have much time to take care of Meow Meow. Other than teaching him alchemy, he had always let Meow Meow grow up by himself. This caused Meow Meow to be very unhappy. He thought that it would be a great thing to be able to follow Yang Wu out. Who knew that he would be hunted down by a saint as soon as he left Tripod City? He was scared out of his wits. If he was not a born optimist, he would have fainted on the spot. Yang Wu was different from him. Yang Wu was used to fighting with his life on the line. Whether he could win or not, he would fight first. He swallowed the Ice Soul Saint pellet, and his entire body was filled with frost intent. His ice blade wings were comparable to saint weapons, and he launched a sneak attack. Unfortunately, he still couldn't kill Hound. He had already given his all. If he didn't crush the jade tube now, they would all be dead. Without waiting for Yang Wu to crush it, Meow Meow could not wait to do so. Under his shout, the sky suddenly changed color. Hound's reaction was very sharp. He realized that the situation had changed. He wiped away his thick, killing intent and flicked a finger light at Yang Wu. This finger light was not to be underestimated. It contained the saint power of a level 7 star pattern realm. Even a level 5 or level 6 star pattern realm saint would explode on the spot if they were hit. The speed of this attack was extremely fast. It was aimed at Yang Wu's forehead. Yang Wu was still stunned on the spot. Qing Feng rushed up from below and shouted excitedly, "Yang Wu, dodge!" She used all her strength. With the power of the green light, she rushed towards the power of the finger light. However, she still could not catch up. Just as Yang Wu was about to die, a twisting power flashed. The finger light power quietly disappeared into space. The hound's eyes twitched as he sensed an extremely dangerous aura. His hair stood on end as he shouted to the hellhound, "Retreat!" Hound was not only a good hunter, but also an expert at escaping. He had hunted down countless experts and had been hunted down countless times. Every time, he was able to escape by the skin of his teeth. This was his character of retreating in the face of difficulties. He would never put himself in danger. When he sensed that something was wrong, he would retreat without hesitation, even abandoning the prey that was close at hand. It had to be said that the hunting hound's sense of danger was extremely strong. He and the hell hound desperately retreated at an astonishing speed. However, no matter how fast they ran, they couldn't escape a huge palm. This palm was like half the sky, covering everything. No matter how the hounds and hellhounds ran, they were still within the range of this palm. "Damn it, the big guys are coming. Let's fight." Hound's expression changed greatly. He roared and formed a strange seal with both hands. A secret technique erupted and his speed soared again. Sky-slipping technique. The hunting hound seemed to have turned into a hellhound, merging with his mount. One man and one beast turned into a shooting star and fled. The sky-slipping technique was not only a secret technique, but also an escape technique that could be used in conjunction with his innate potential. It had always been successful, even in front of a 12th-level Astral Mark Realm Saint. Unfortunately, this time, it wasn't a saint that came, but an old monster that had reached the immortal realm. The palm clenched in the air, and a majestic force surged and kept compressing. The hunting hound and hellhound were imprisoned by this force. No matter how fast they were, they couldn't break through the binding force. They both revealed a look of despair. Jade Moon Realm. The hunting hound cried out in alarm. A pair of saint claws appeared between his palms. He erupted with the power of a 7th-level astral mark and clawed at the force. His strength was very strong and terrifying, but it was still difficult for him to cause any waves in front of this force. Roar. The hellhound also roared repeatedly. Evil energy erupted, but it was of no use. The power of the palm tightened. The hunting hound and the hellhound were squeezed until they spat out blood. They were only one step away from death. They never thought that they would provoke such a terrifying big guy. They were extremely regretful. A voice sounded faintly. How can you kill the top saint elders of our alliance so casually? Today, I, the deputy leader, will kill the chicken to warn the monkey. This voice was vast and boundless. Every place in Kunlun's field could hear it clearly. At the same time, an image appeared between heaven and earth. The saints in Kunlun's field could see it clearly. The terrifying palm slowly squeezed the hunting hound and hellhound into a pool of blood. No! The hunting hound let out a heart-wrenching scream. Unfortunately, no matter how he screamed, he was doomed to die. This was a immortal realm palm. It was no joke that it could kill saints like pigs and dogs. Seeing this scene, the saints were all terrified. If this palm landed on them, they wouldn't be able to survive. As for the immortal realm old monster, no one said anything. This was the deputy leader of the Apothecary Alliance. He was a respected divine apothecary. If they offended him, it would be a very bad thing. Yang Wu and Miao Miao both saw this scene. They were extremely shocked. They had just experienced the slaughter of the Holy War. When they saw the devastating battle and the earth-shattering scene, they felt that such a level of battle was incomparably far away from them. When they saw the scene of the giant palm wiping out the hounds and hellhounds, they felt that such a level was truly unattainable and unimaginable. Miao Miao swallowed and said, Old ancestor is really sick. Yang Wu nodded and said, You only realize now? Miao Miao said, Yeah. I heard people say that he was powerful before, but I didn't believe it. Now I do. You really don't know how lucky you are. Is it too late for me to go back to the headquarters and suck up to him? You've lost all your integrity. Miao Miao Qi, the deputy leader of the Apothecary Alliance, was a legendary divine apothecary. Anyone who could reach this level was an overlord in the immortal realm. He was so decisive and ruthless that the hunting hound and hellhound duo were completely wiped out. This shocked everyone. The two saints in the dark were scared out of their wits. They had already run away like crazy, hoping to get away from this evil star and not lose their lives. Since you're already here, don't go back. Miao Miao Qi looked in the two directions and said faintly. He reached out with his two hands. His palms tore the space apart and instantly appeared behind Spear Monster and Duan Mei, grabbing them. The two saints were so scared that they peed their pants. Please, let us go, spare us. The two let out their last pleas, but unfortunately, what awaited them was only a merciless killing. Two mid-level saints had died a violent death. This scene was reflected in the Kunlun's field. It was imprinted in the eyes of many great beings, leaving a deep impression in their minds. Sacred wars didn't happen often in the transcendent realm, and immortal realm battles were rare. Every time it happened, it would startle a realm or even the entire transcendent realm. When the immortal realm power was withdrawn, it caused a huge reaction everywhere. I didn't expect to disturb the deputy leader of the Apothecary Alliance. This is getting out of hand. What ability does Yang Wu have to make a immortal realm overlord fight for him? Looks like those who want to kill Yang Wu have to restrain themselves. The hunting hunters are idiots. Yang Wu just became a top-tier Saint Elder of the Apothecary Alliance, and he's already committing murder in his territory. He's asking for death. Tell the others to stop thinking about Yang Wu. We can't afford to offend him for now. Miao Miao Chi's attack caused a bigger commotion than his immortal pill. In another part of the Nine Heavens, Yang Taihe was fighting the Golden Rock Taoist and Xing Mingyang. With two ancestral weapons in hand, Yang Taihe's battle prowess was shocking. Not only did he block the joint attacks of the two, but he also had a slight advantage. There were a few times when he almost severely injured Xing Mingyang. If not for the fact that the Golden Rock Taoist's Sky Rock Blade Dao was too difficult to deal with and that his cultivation level was higher than Yang Taihe's, Xing Mingyang would have been killed long ago. At their level, battles were all about using all kinds of super trump card. Who was stronger would only be known when they fought with their lives on the line. The three of them were old rivals and knew each other well. However, the changes in 5,000 years were too great. The Golden Rock Taoist and Xing Mingyang hadn't been idle. Both of them had cultivated powerful ultimate skills and were extremely explosive. Yang Taihe didn't have an ancestral weapon, so it was difficult for him to gain an advantage in this battle. Yang Taihe's mysterious dragon spear Dao blasted the two of them until they were covered in blood. Even their saint robes were shattered. The power of the ancestral weapon was too strong. Yang Taihe wasn't having a good time either. His black tortoise saint armor had been shattered many times. His organs were displaced and blood was spurting out. The two of them together could definitely kill a level 12 astral mark expert. Yang Taihe was able to suppress them and gain a slight advantage. This was already very powerful. Yang Taihe was furious. He didn't care about his injuries at all. He wanted to kill Xing Mingyang first. He roared, "Xing Mingyang, if I don't kill you today, I'm not human." Yang Taihe gave up on blocking the Golden Rock Taoist's attack. He held the Dragon Rebel spear and charged towards Xing Mingyang's heart like a madman. Mysterious Dragon Unification. Yang Taihe used all his strength. The power of his battle blood boiled to the extreme. The Black Tortoise roared and the True Dragon roared. Strange phenomena appeared one after another. The majestic spear aura instantly attacked. Xing Mingyang revealed an extremely serious expression. The black flame between his eyebrows kept moving, forming a huge black flame hole. It combined with the Nether Sun Dharma Wheel to block Yang Taihe's attack. Sky-piercing rock saber. The Golden Rock Taoist saw the opportunity to kill Yang Taihe. The golden rock saber in his hand slashed out a shocking saber strike. It was as if the world was split in half by him. The mighty saber Dao power slashed towards Yang Taihe's head. The three terrifying saint forces wreaked havoc in this part of the world. The space collapsed continuously. Such a terrifying contest of power was really rare. It would be difficult to tell who would emerge victorious until the very last moment. Rumble! Rumble! Chapter 962. Yang Wu and his group were saved. Yang Wu was glad that he brought Miao Miao with him this time. This guy was his talisman. Miao Miaochi decisively killed 3 mid-level saints, which caused a great shock and alerted Kunlun's field. Other fields also quickly received the news, which scared many people who wanted to take Yang Wu's head. They had to consider whether they could bear the anger of such a powerful figure. "Now you know how dangerous the world is?" Miao Miaochi looked at Miao Miao and asked calmly. Miao Miaochi did not appear with his doppelganger, but with his real body. This place was not too far away from the Alliance's headquarters. After Miao Miao crushed the jade tube, he could travel through space and come here. When Miao Miao and Yang Wu left, he had been paying attention to the situation here. He had expected that someone would attack Yang Wu and Miao Miao would be implicated. He had to care. He was a person who looked cold on the outside but was warm on the inside. Compared to Yang Wu's safety, Meow Meowchi cared more about Meow Meow's safety. Yes, ancestor, Meow Meow answered like an obedient child. Yang Wu calmed himself down and bowed to Meow Meowchi gratefully. Thank you for saving my life, Deputy Alliance Leader. Yang Wu will never forget it. Take good care of that kid for me. That will be the greatest reward for me, Meow Meowchi replied. He paused for a moment before continuing. You are a top holy elder of our alliance. Anyone who wants to kill you is challenging our alliance. I hope that you will contribute more to the alliance in the future so that you will receive better protection. Yang Wu heard the first part but did not take the second part to heart. He did not think that he deserved Meow Meowchi's help just because he was a saint elder. In the end, it was because of Meow Meow. Vice Alliance Master, you should take him back. I'm afraid of implicating him, Yang Wu replied. Meow Meow quickly said, Boss, don't do this. I promise to follow you from now on. How can you abandon me now? Even though he had just encountered a life and death calamity, he didn't cower. Instead, he felt incomparably excited. This was the wonderful life he wanted. You saw it just now. There are many people who want to kill me. If you follow me, you will be implicated. Yang Wu said sincerely. He then patted Meow Meow's shoulder and said, Even though we haven't known each other for a long time, I feel that you are a brother worth befriending. The more you are like this, the more I can't let you fall into danger. Go back with the vice leader. If I, Yang Wu, don't die, I will sit on the enemy's head and get drunk. Yang Wu really had a strong killing intent. He especially hated the Xing clan to the bone. When he returned to the Yang clan, he would let them have a taste of what it was like to have a bounty on their head. Boss, it wasn't easy for me to come out. I really don't want to go back. Also, the old ancestors sent them away. No one will dare to do anything to us anymore. Just let me go with you, Meow Meow said pitifully. Meow Meowchi said, Take him with you. There won't be anyone who dares to attack you in broad daylight. But what if? Yang Wu replied. Before he could finish, Meow Meowchi interrupted him and said, There won't be any what if. Go, this world belongs to you youngsters. Meow Meow, the next time I see you, I hope you'll be able to concoct the minor saint pill. If you haven't reached this step, don't come back to Ding City. After speaking, Meow Meowchi turned and disappeared in front of them. Meow Meow waved his arm in the direction Meow Meowchi disappeared and said, Don't worry, old ancestor. I will definitely do it. Yang Wu was stunned. He didn't understand why Meow Meow was so confident. He sighed in his heart and thought, Is this the confidence of the Jade Moon Realm? Boss, don't just stand there. Go and see how Sister Qing Feng is doing, Meow Meow said from the side. Yang Wu came back to his senses and looked at the falling Qing Feng. He quickly rushed over and held her up. He said worriedly, Sister Qing Feng, are you okay? Many of Qing Feng's feathers were broken, and blood was still seeping out. The evil energy that the hell dog left in her body was corroding her life force. Let me rest for a while, Qing Feng said with difficulty. Yang Wu didn't say anything and took out a saint-level healing pill. This was something he made in the Yang clan. It was more important to help Qing Feng recover. Qing Feng didn't refuse. She swallowed the pill and closed her eyes to heal. Strands of green energy floated around her body, fighting against the evil corrosive energy. Yang Wu and Meow Meow could only protect her. They couldn't help her. I wonder how little ancestor is doing? Yang Wu's heart was heavy. After experiencing this pursuit, his pride as a holy elder was completely gone. He only thought about how to take revenge. He was already forced to this point. If he didn't resist, then he wouldn't live up to his title as a holy alchemist. Suddenly, a layer of ice appeared on Yang Wu's body. He was frozen into an ice sculpture again. Meow Meow was shocked again. Fortunately, he had seen Yang Wu change like this before, so he didn't lose his head. He called out to the silver-patterned turtle, Little Silver, come over quickly. I'm scared alone. What's there to be scared of? At most you'll die. The silver-patterned turtle's eyes were filled with hostility. At this moment, he was in a terrible mood. This was his first time experiencing the cruelty of life in the transcendent realm. He thought he could show off after reaching the peak of the heaven demon realm. Now, he didn't have any thoughts. He only wanted to increase his strength. Little Silver, don't say such unlucky things. Let's protect them together, Meow Meow replied. Don't worry, I'm here. Yang Taiha's voice rang out. He rushed over from afar with the dragon rebel spear in hand. There was still some blood dripping from the tip of the spear. He was also bleeding profusely, especially the wound on his waist. It had almost cut him in half. Lord Yang, are you okay? Meow Meow looked at the wounded Yang Taiha and asked carefully. Looking at the injuries on Yang Taiha's body, he could imagine how tragic the battle had been. It's all thanks to Vice Alliance leader Meow that I won't die, said Yang Taiha indifferently. He looked at Yang Wu and Qing Feng. He could feel their qi, so he sat down cross-legged and started healing himself. In the battle just now, he had almost killed Xing Mingyang, but he was also almost killed by the Golden Rock Taoist. At the crucial moment, Meow Meow Meow's voice rang out, scaring the Golden Rock Taoist so much that his hand trembled. The saber light slashing at him also weakened. Just as he was about to kill Xing Mingyang, the latter detonated his own saint weapon and blocked his killing move. He was lucky enough to escape. The Golden Rock Taoist didn't dare to continue fighting. He quickly retreated. In a one-on-one fight, he wasn't confident he could win against Yang Taiha, who had an ancestral weapon. This place became extremely quiet. All the living beings had already fled into their caves in fright, not daring to come out. No one dared to investigate. Yang Taiha was severely injured, but his recovery speed was the fastest. At his level, as long as it wasn't fatal, he could rely on his powerful blood energy to recover. The only thing that made it hard for him to get rid of was the wound caused by the saber Dao. It wasn't so easy to deal with the power of Dao. He needed a stronger Dao power to expel it from his body. He gathered his mystery dragon spear Dao and dealt with the Tianping saber Dao with difficulty. He also used up a lot of energy. After dealing with all of this, he only needed an endless supply of star energy to replenish himself, and he would be able to completely recover. Qing Feng's problem was more troublesome. The Hell Dog's level was lower than hers, but the evil power was too difficult to expel. With her power alone, she couldn't completely deal with it. She might as well refine the drop of Phoenix blood essence that Yang Wu gave her. The Phoenix blood essence contained powerful bloodline power and Phoenix true flames. It could restrain the evil power and help her completely get rid of it. She felt that it was a pity that she didn't have fire demon power, so she couldn't benefit much from the blood essence. Yang Wu's situation was more special. He wasn't injured, but the power of the Ice Soul Saint pill acted up again. He couldn't completely digest the medicinal power of the Ice Soul Saint pill. Just now, he compressed this power to attack the hunting dog. Unfortunately, it didn't work, and this power couldn't be completely released. Yang Wu continued to use the Sovereign Nine Mysteries formula to convert the power of the Ice Soul Saint pill. He channeled this cold energy towards Lu Yer and his Dantian. Lu Yer's origin was extraordinary. It needed a large amount of energy. Whether it was water energy, fire energy, or even lightning energy, it didn't reject them. Even the cold energy this time was swallowed by it. Its green leaves became sparkling and translucent, and its stem had traces of frost. The other part flowed into his Dantian, and his Dantian automatically filtered it into pure energy. It turned into drops of celestial qi and fell into the Earth Sea, strengthening the Earth Sea. The true dragon formed flew on the Earth Sea, opening its mouth and devouring the celestial qi in a frenzy, forming an even stronger dragon body. Yang Wu's aura rose, reaching the peak of the elementary dragon transformation realm in one go. He wanted to advance towards the intermediate dragon transformation realm, but he forcefully suppressed it. He hadn't polished enough in this realm. There was still room for improvement. It wasn't the time for a breakthrough. In the blink of an eye, 7 days passed. Yang Taihe and Qing Feng woke up one after the other. Miao Miao didn't feel so afraid anymore. The silver-patterned tortoise didn't show the slightest bit of fear. After this incident, his will became even more tenacious. In his eyes, death wasn't scary. What was scary was dying for no reason. He longed to become even stronger. While they were recuperating, he was silently circulating his martial arts. He was very motivated. No wonder the fire cloud tiger couldn't compare to him. Yang Wu finally woke up. His condition was better than before. His body had an inexplicable coldness, and his aura was sharper than before. Like the silver-patterned turtle, he held his breath. He hoped to increase his strength as soon as possible so that he wouldn't be in such a sorry state if he encountered such a dangerous situation again. "Can we go now?" Yang Taihe asked. "Yes. Little ancestor, let's go back," Yang Wu answered straightforwardly. He then looked at Qing Feng and asked, "Sister Feng, are you all right?" Qing Feng replied, "I used the blood essence you gave me. Much better." "That's good." Yang Wu sighed in relief. "Let's go." Chapter 963. The news of Miao Miaochi killing the bounty hunters finally caused a huge commotion in the transcendent realm. The first to bear the brunt was the Xing family of the battle race. After hearing the news, they couldn't come up with a solution. They weren't afraid of a Jade Moon realm figure, but they had to be afraid of his identity as a divine apothecary. They had spent a lot of effort to raise Xing Yashang to the position of Saint Elder, and he had helped the Xing family a lot. Recently, he had been kicked out, which caused them a great loss. Now, they wanted to kill a junior of the Yang family, but they had provoked such a big guy. It was really hard for them to accept. A big shot of the Xing family asked, "Should we withdraw the bounty?" They were really scared. If the medicine union targeted them, they wouldn't be able to eat or sleep in peace. "Don't worry. Miao Miaochi is a person who knows what's right and wrong. Those guys who provoked him in Kunlun's field were seeking their own death. After leaving Kunlun's field, he might not have the ability to cross realms and kill them. The others aren't just decorations," someone replied. "But offending him isn't a wise choice. He's not the only one who calls the shots in the medicine union. I heard that someone is secretly adding fuel to the fire. If I'm right, Yang Wu's bounty will continue to increase." "What do you mean?" "The tallest tree in the forest will be destroyed by the wind. That little bastard is too eye-catching." In the medicine union, Yao Wushuang heard that Yang Wu hadn't been killed. He smashed a precious vase left from ancient times and hurried to find his ancestor. No one knew what they talked about. When Yao Wushuang left, he had a smile on his face. Chao Jifei also heard about Yang Wu. She felt an inexplicable sense of worry. What a troublesome guy. She wasn't an indecisive woman. Soon, she calmed down and continued to study the antidote for Nether Corpse poison and Nether Corpse curse. Southern Mountain Hung. In a cultivation ground called the Sword Tomb, a heroic and moving woman slowly walked out barefoot with a sword on her back. The girl's long hair fluttered in the wind, and her gaze was sharp. She was like an unsheathed sword, full of sharpness. Her beautiful jade-like feet stepped on the air, not touching the ground at all. She had reached the level of using her chi to control her movements. This was an ability that only those in the dragon transformation realm could achieve. Eldest Mississippi, outside the sword catacomb, someone saw the woman and quickly bowed to greet her. "No need," the woman replied flatly. After a pause, she asked, "How long have you been in seclusion this time?" For cultivators, most of their time was spent in cultivation. When they were focused on the same thing, it was very difficult for them to notice the passage of time. A closed-door training could last for a few days, or a few months, or even a few years. It was not surprising. "Young miss, it's been almost a year," the man replied. "It hasn't been that long. Why do I feel like it's been so long?" The woman sighed. Then, she asked, "Where's Senior Brother Wang? I knew you would look for me when you came out of seclusion." "I'm here." A faintly discernible figure appeared not too far away from the woman. It was Wang Yuyang. "Do you have any news about him?" The woman revealed a trace of gentleness as she asked. Wang Yuyang replied, "Yes, I sent him a gift on your behalf. Who knew that when I rushed back to the sect, I would hear the news that he almost died." "What, he almost died?" the woman exclaimed. Her body overflowed with sword intent. Thousands of swords swayed in the sword forest as if they would be uprooted at any moment. "Congratulations on condensing the sword heart, eldest Mississippi." Wang Yuyang could not help but be pleasantly surprised when he saw this scene. "Answer my question. What happened to him?" the woman asked sternly. "Don't worry, eldest Mississippi. He should be fine. Listen to me." Wang Yuyang comforted her and explained everything to the woman in detail. He did not leave out anything. When the woman heard Wang Yuyang mention him, she revealed a deep affection. Even a blind person could feel it. The woman's expression kept changing. She was happy at first, then worried. Then, she revealed her killing intent. The thousands of swords whistled in the air. The scene was quite shocking. "If anything happens to him, I will curse the 18 generations of the Xing family's ancestors." The woman could not help but curse after hearing Wang Yuyang's story. Wang Yuyang was stunned when he heard the woman's curse. He sighed in his heart. "Eldest Miss has been poisoned by that brat's love goo." Yang Wu returned to the Yang family safely. After he returned to the family immediately held a grand ceremony to officially confer him the title of young patriarch. Moreover, he was the only young patriarch. There was no substitute young patriarch. This was a true conferment ceremony. With Yang Wu's current status, no one dared to have any objections when he became the young patriarch of the Yang family. Even the Azure bloodline did not dare to say anything. Everything became logical. After Yang Wu became the young patriarch, the first thing he did was to offer a reward for the capture of the Xing family's young prodigies. Whoever could kill a heavenly fish realm prodigy of the Xing family would be rewarded with a small sage pill. Whoever could kill a dragon transformation realm prodigy would be rewarded with a sage pill. Whoever could kill a sage of the Xing family would be rewarded with 10 sage pills and a chance to refine a sage pill for free. When the Yang family spread the news, the war race realm was in an uproar. The Yang family, which had been silent for a long time, finally responded. A top-tier sage alchemist had the confidence to offer such a generous reward. In an instant, the rogue cultivators in the war race realm were all ready to make a move. There were even people from other realms who kept surging into the war race realm. Some people even went deep into the Xing family's territory, planning to wait there. If they were lucky enough to kill a prodigy of the Xing family, they would immediately escape and go to the Yang family to claim their reward. Yang Wu was not joking. He had been suppressing his anger for a long time. With Gong Xilan and Yang Taihe's full support, he could freely retaliate against the Xing family. After Yang Wu made the announcement, he entered into a state of alchemy with all his might. The Yang family had purchased a large amount of medicinal herbs from the Alchemist Union's headquarters, which was enough for him to squander for a while. He would prepare pills for his family and then go into seclusion to cultivate to reach a higher level. While Yang Wu was refining pills, Miao Miao and Dan Long were observing from the side. They had benefited greatly. Yang Wu still did not use the array formation to isolate himself from the heavenly lightning. Every day, the heavenly lightning baptized his body, causing his heavenly lightning bones to become even tougher. Every time his skin and flesh were replaced with new ones, they would become even more sparkling and translucent. It was no longer as simple as being pure and spotless. It could be said that he was a natural-born sage physique, which was becoming more and more tyrannical. Yang Wu started refining pills first. His speed of refining pills was so fast that Miao Miao and Dan Long were speechless. They no longer knew how to describe Yang Wu's freakish alchemy ability. Yang Wu had a brand new method to extract the essence of medicinal herbs. The number of heavenly pills he could refine every time was frightening. He was more and more certain that the path he was taking was right. After he had more or less prepared the heavenly pills, he began to frantically refine the little saint pills. He refined all kinds of pills as backup. As long as he had enough medicinal herbs, he would not waste them. He would do his best to refine them. It was only when it was time to refine the saint pills that Yang Wu entered a state of meditation. Every time he used up his energy and recovered it, it would be improved. His foundation became more and more profound. When he was refining the saint pills, Yang Wu did not forget to refine the pills that could cure the dark corpse poison and dark corpse curse. He also gave them to the Yang family to bring to the alchemist union. He wondered what kind of expression Chao Jifei would have when she received them. Yang Wu did not think too much about it. The large amount of medicinal herbs that he had bought with 20 million mid-grade holy stones had all been squandered by him in 3 months. Yang Taihe came over to take a look from time to time, and felt sorry for Yang Wu. He wanted to ask Yang Wu to stop many times, but in the end, he endured it. Wasn't this kind of pill refining also a kind of cultivation? In these 3 months, Miao Miao and Dan Long were both stirred up by Yang Wu. They also started refining pills one after another. Their success rate had greatly increased, and their alchemy skills were rapidly improving. A saint alchemist was refining pills in front of them every day. If they didn't gain anything, they would really be idiot. This was a great opportunity for them, especially Dan Long. He faintly felt like he had found the way to refine a saint pill. The only thing he lacked was his cultivation level. If he focused on cultivating for a period of time, his cultivation level would increase, and he was confident that he could refine a saint pill. This was an extremely crucial comprehension. Miao Miao was different from Dan Long. He was the first to receive Miao Miaochi's teachings, so he had his own understanding of alchemy. When he saw Yang Wu's alchemy skills, he verified with each other and was greatly inspired. The number of heavenly medicines he refined had obviously increased by a lot. Following boss is indeed the right choice. It won't be long before I can refine a saint pill, Miao Miao said excitedly. Yang Wu stopped refining pills. His appearance was not much different from a savage. His hair was a mess and his clothes were tattered. Only pieces of cloth were still covering his vital parts. Even if his skin was very smooth, it was hard to compliment him like this. Miao Miao went up to him and said, "Boss, how did you use your body to block the heavenly lightning? Do you want to learn?" Yang Wu asked in return. "Yes, of course I want to," Miao Miao hurriedly replied. "Okay, I'll pass it to you," Yang Wu replied straightforwardly. Then he called Dan Long over and passed on 1/3 of the 9 lightning body tempering techniques mnemonic chant to them. The 9 lightning body tempering technique was extremely precious. It was a unique secret technique, and Yang Wu would not easily pass on the complete mnemonic chant. Moreover, it was uncertain whether they could withstand the heavenly lightning's pain. After Dan Long heard Yang Wu talk about the miraculous 9 lightning body tempering technique, he was very expectant. However, he quickly said, "Young clan leader, I can't learn this secret technique. I'm afraid I'll be struck to death by the heavenly lightning. Your physique has already been set. It won't be easy to reshape it. I'll pass on the mnemonic chant to increase your soul power. It can also increase your alchemy ability." Yang Wu did not force him. Then he passed on the first 1/3 of the Soul Control Heart Sutra to Dan Long. Dan Long was very attentive to the Soul Control Heart Sutra. He memorized it several times and imprinted it in his mind. He said gratefully, "Many thanks for the young clan leader's gift." Soul techniques were extremely rare and were secrets that were not passed on. For Yang Wu to pass it on to him, he was very grateful. He swore to be loyal to the Yang family and Yang Wu for the rest of his life. Chapter 964. Dan Long was a member of the Dan clan and had been rescued by the Yang family in his early years, so he was willing to serve the Yang family for 100 years. It was because of this agreement that Dan Long was pushed out of his clan and was no longer accepted into the Dan clan. This had always been his regret. Originally, he had hopes of becoming a saint alchemist as his talent was not any worse than his peers in the Dan clan. However, after being expelled from the clan, without the help of the clan, it was extremely difficult for him to become a saint alchemist. The Yang family did not have a saint alchemist, so there were many things that they could not help him with. This also caused his cultivation to not increase by much. He had already thought of giving up on the position of saint alchemist, but who knew that there would be a silver lining? The Yang family actually had a young patriarch with outstanding talent in alchemy. In a short 2 years, he had displayed outstanding alchemy skills and become a top saint elder of the Alchemist Alliance. This was simply too shocking. Dan Long was extremely proud of his decision to follow Yang Wu and let Dan Zi take Yang Wu as her master. Not only had Dan Zi awakened the peach-pink flame, but she had also been personally taught by the Dan clan's old ancestor. He had also received personal guidance from Yang Wu, so both grandfather and grandson had great gains. There was hope for Dan Zi to become a saint alchemist. Yang Wu asked Dan Long, since you are not willing to return to the Dan clan, on one hand it is to fulfill your promise to my Yang family, but on the other hand it is because the Dan clan has chilled your heart. Is that so? Young Patriarch is correct. When I first came to the Yang family, I only wanted to stay for 100 years before leaving. Who knew that the people of the clan would conclude that I had betrayed them and even harmed my son and daughter-in-law? I really do not want to go back, Dan Long said with a trace of sadness in his eyes. And don't worry and stay. As long as I know it, I will teach it to you and do my best to help you become a saint alchemist, Yang Wu promised. Many thanks for young patriarch's generosity, Dan Long bowed. If it was before, he might not have believed that Yang Wu had such ability, but he no longer had such thoughts. Yang Wu said seriously, "Don't be in such a hurry to thank me. I do have a condition. I hope that you can help the Yang family train a group of alchemists. Are you willing?" Young clan leader, feel free to instruct me. Dan Long will do as you say. Dan Long agreed without hesitation. And don't worry. I won't let you spread the Dan clan's alchemy technique. I will teach you other alchemy technique. You can help me pass them down. Yang Wu said with satisfaction. Thank you for your understanding, young patriarch. It won't be long before the Apothecary Alliance builds a branch in the Yang family city. When the time comes, I will appoint you as the branch master. You have a long way to go. Dan Long was completely stunned. He thought that Yang Wu only wanted him to bring a group of alchemists to serve the Yang Wu family. Who knew that Yang Wu's ambition was so big that he actually wanted to create an alliance division in the Yang family? The significance of this was extraordinary. Meow Meow, who had been silent all this time, said, "Boss, if you need anything, just tell me. I'll tell the ancestors." "When I need your help, I won't be polite," Yang Wu replied. "That's good." Meow Meow smiled. He wasn't afraid that Yang Wu would use him. He was only afraid that Yang Wu wouldn't use him. A person still needed to have value to have a sense of existence. Yang Wu tidied up all the refined pills and handed most of them to Yang Taihe. He let him and Yang Jinghai discuss how to split them. He didn't ask. Just based on this batch of pills, his contribution far surpassed the contributions of the Yang family's holy elders. Even Yang Jinghai, the patriarch, felt inferior. Yang Wu was fully deserving of the title of young patriarch of the Yang family. If Yang Wu was willing, Yang Jinghai was willing to give up his position at any time. Yang Taihe naturally wouldn't let him do that. Yang Wu was still growing and couldn't be bound by family matters. Moreover, Yang Wu's goal wasn't just to be the patriarch of the Yang family. His goal was the Sea of Stars. Yang Wu dragged his tired body back to the bamboo courtyard. After bathing, he fell into a deep sleep. These 3 months had been too tiring for him. Although his strength was constantly increasing and he seemed to be in a good state, in reality, the consumption of mental energy was the greatest. Without proper rest and adjustment, it was easy to go berserk. The original 4 fragrances of spring, summer, autumn, and winter had already been swapped out. There were only 2 women left to serve Yang Wu. One was his mother, Su Rome, and the other was Wan Lanxin. It wasn't that the 4 fragrances of spring, summer, autumn, and winter were not enough to satisfy Yang Wu. It was just that Yang Jinghai's status was different from before. The 4 fragrances were Yang Jinghai's maids. When he had left them to Yang Wu, it was to show that he valued Yang Wu, but he also had the intention of letting them monitor him. Now, there was no need for that, and it wasn't appropriate to keep them here. Although Yang Wu didn't mind, the elders in the clan still decided to do so. Su Rome was Yang Wu's mother, so there was no problem for her to stay here. Wan Lanxin had also confirmed her relationship with Yang Wu, so there was no problem for her to stay. The other maids were temporarily unsuitable. Now Wan Lanxin had already followed Saint Yang Liuyu to cultivate and didn't come back often. Only his mother, Su Rome, stayed here. Yang Wu naturally couldn't let his mother serve him. He could take care of himself. He wasn't that delicate. Yang Wu slept for 3 days and 3 nights, falling into a deep sleep. 4 powerful martial artists, even if they didn't sleep and just meditated, they could still maintain a state of high spirit. But many times, if they really wanted to recover their spirit, it was better to sleep. This was the law of the human body, and the best way to return to the origin of rest. When Yang Wu woke up, his entire body was glowing, and his spirit was 100 times stronger. The air he breathed became fresh, and everything he saw was sparkling. His condition was extremely good. Yang Wu stretched and looked at the calm lake outside the window. There was sunlight shining on the surface of the lake, as if it was dyed with a layer of golden color. It was truly beautiful. Yang Wu was in a mood for fun. He leaped out of the window, and like a fish leaping over the dragon gate, he jumped into the lake. Bang! Yang Wu dove into the lake. The dragon turtle water suppressing stance was activated, and the water profound chi from all directions gathered towards him. The silver patterned turtle that was cultivating at the bottom of the lake was startled by him. Yang Wu's voice rang out and he said, "Little Silver, I'll teach you a secret technique. Watch carefully." In the next instant, Yang Wu seemed to have turned into a dragon turtle. He stepped on the wind and waves, one hand forming a fist, and the other hand forming a palm. The power of the fist and palm intertwined, and the lake water was instantly overturned. That terrifying power gave the silver-patterned turtle a great fright. It was also swept up by the waves and rushed into the sky, unable to fall down for a long time. Yang Wu refined the dragon turtle's blood essence, and finally comprehended the essence of the dragon turtle sea-turning technique, possessing the ability to turn the sea. This was definitely comparable to a shocking saint technique. Yang Wu continuously waved his fist and palm, and the dragon turtle behind him roared. This lake water was completely under his control, and he could train however he wanted. His movements were so relaxed and elegant. The silver-patterned turtle looked at each of Yang Wu's movements, and imprinted them deeply in its mind. It was incomparably surprised. As expected, it's a mystical power of the turtle clan. The bloodline of the silver-patterned turtle wasn't weak, but when compared to those top-notch members of the turtle clan, it was still far inferior. Other than his innate talent, his other attacking methods were slightly monotonous. Yang Wu's sea-turning technique was suitable as a trump card, and he was confident that he could cultivate it to a perfect state. After Yang Wu cultivated for a while, he stopped and asked, "Little Silver, have you memorized it?" The silver-patterned turtle nodded repeatedly. "I've memorized it." "And then you should stay here and enter seclusion to break through to a higher realm." Be prepared to accompany me to participate in the Heavenly Dragon Rankings competition, Yang Wu said seriously. After that, he rewarded the black tortoise blood essence to the silver-patterned turtle. This was the decision Yang Wu made after thinking about it thrice. The silver-patterned turtle was very hot-blooded and had displayed its loyalty. It was time for it to be repaid. Even though Yang Wu didn't mistreat the silver-patterned turtle, he hadn't truly given it the best resources. This black tortoise blood essence was the true cultivation resource. The silver-patterned turtle's senses were very sharp. When it smelled the blood aura of a ruler, it lay down on the ground. My lord, this is? The silver-patterned turtle asked hesitantly. Black tortoise blood essence. Yang Wu responded indifferently and bestowed the black tortoise blood essence to the silver-patterned turtle. He didn't say anything else and returned to the bamboo courtyard. The silver-patterned turtle acted as if it had obtained a priceless treasure and accepted the black tortoise blood essence. It said to Yang Wu solemnly, "My lord, don't worry. I won't let you down." The Black Tortoise clan was the #1 imperial family in the Turtles. Its status was supreme. Obtaining a blood essence meant that it had a chance to evolve into a Black Tortoise clan member. To it, this reward was too meaningful. After Yang Wu returned to the bamboo courtyard, Surome came up to him and asked, "Wu, you just woke up and you're already making such a big commotion. What are you doing?" Yang Wu put on his clothes and said to his mother with a smile, "Mother, I'm cultivating. I must have scared you." Being able to see one's loved ones every day when one woke up was the best kind of happiness. You're not scared. It's just that you've just finished your closed-door cultivation. You've only slept for 3 days, yet you're cultivating again. My heart aches when I see you like this. There's no need for you and your father to work so hard, Surome said with heartache. She had taken the face-preserving pill refined by Yang Wu and also cultivated the immortal planting art. Her skin was even brighter and her temperament was even more refined. She looked like an 18-year-old beautiful girl. Any woman who could maintain this appearance would definitely be very happy every day. However, from time to time, a trace of worry would appear between her brows. Her days were not as happy as she imagined. Other than Su Yanshui, everyone else in her family had died. This was a knot in her heart. Her youngest son still had not returned. This was another knot in her heart. Her eldest son had a great responsibility on his shoulders and was constantly in danger. This was the third knot in her heart. These knots were in her heart. She did not feel comfortable at all. Yang Wu hugged Surome's shoulder and said affectionately, "Mother, as a man, you have to accomplish great deeds on the battlefield. If you don't cultivate, it's easy to be neglected. It's very easy to be surpassed by others. This is a very shameful thing. Moreover, we also need powerful martial arts to be able to live well in any place. Yes, Mother knows that you want to improve yourself. I just don't want you to work too hard." "That's right, Mother. How about I arrange something for you to do?" Chapter 965. When Yang Wu returned from the Apothecary Alliance, he had already thought of a future path for his mother. In this world, the strong were respected. If a woman didn't have strength, her status would be very low. Fortunately, his father wasn't the type to fall in love with every woman he saw. He had always been faithful to his mother, but that didn't mean that his mother was willing to silently wait for him. Finding something for her to do would also be beneficial to her. The planting immortal art wasn't an ordinary Xian art, but an immortal art. It had extraordinary abilities. Those who cultivated it would have a natural affinity with plants and could help them grow faster. Those who cultivated it would also obtain great benefit. It was an immortal art that was related to plants and trees. Little Hay had definitely left this immortal art behind on purpose. Yang Wu was an apothecary and needed large amounts of herbs. This immortal art could be used to cultivate large amounts of herbs. What Yang Wu wanted his mother to do was to plant herbs. When Yang Wu mentioned this matter, Surome was slightly stunned. She then smiled and said, "Son, you want me to plant herbs and king herbs?" "No, no, I want you to plant herbs and divine herbs for me." Yang Wu raised a finger and shook it. "Son, you're not dreaming, right? How can I cultivate such high-level herbs?" Su Rome exclaimed. "Others might not be able to, but I believe that you can. Don't underestimate the effects of the planting immortal art," Yang Wu emphasized. Su Rome thought for a moment and said, "You don't say." "Ever since I cultivated the planting immortal art, I seem to be able to hear the words of the plants and read their thoughts. At first, I thought it was an illusion, but later on, I realized that wasn't the case. I was so scared that I didn't even dare to come into contact with the plant." Yang Wu smiled and said, "That's right. This is what makes the planting immortal art different. It allows you to communicate with the plants and know what they need and how to cultivate them. They will also give you feedback and help you increase your strength. It's killing two birds with one stone." "You can do that?" Su Rome asked doubtfully. "You'll know once you try. Anyway, your son is now an alchemist. If you help me plant a medicinal garden, you can provide me with herbs. Then how do we find the seeds?" "You don't have to worry about this. As long as you agree, I'll get someone to get it. Well, being able to do something interesting is better than being bored all the time. If you can give me a grandson, Mother won't be so bored." "Mother, how can a man like me give birth to a grandson for you? I'm talking about that child, Lon Xian. Her butt isn't small. She's material to give birth to grandchildren." Yang Wu felt a headache coming on as he was being interrogated about the matter of having a grandson. After chatting for a while, he quickly left the bamboo courtyard as if he was escaping. He was only in his early 20s. Wasn't it too early to talk about having children? Yang Wu didn't think about this for the time being. His main goal was still to increase his strength. As his vision got higher and higher, he felt that his strength was inferior. He had to continue to advance and increase his strength. At least, he had to gather 2 more kinds of mysterious essence qi before thinking about this matter. Recently, he had been busy all the time. He didn't have any clue about the next kind of mysterious essence qi. He had to wait until he calmed down before looking for the next kind of mysterious essence qi. At least for now, he wasn't in a hurry. Yang Wu originally wanted to see his grandfather and Lu Ji. But just as he left the bamboo courtyard, he heard Yang Taiha's call. He had no choice but to change his itinerary and go to the Yang family's forbidden area. The Yang family's forbidden area was the place where Gong Xilan and Yang Taiha lived. Except for Yang Wu and Qing Feng, who didn't need to report to enter, other people didn't have such qualifications. Even Yang Jinghai didn't have such qualifications. This was Yang Wu's privilege. After Yang Wu arrived at the forbidden area, Gong Xilan and Yang Taiha were already waiting for him. Without waiting for Yang Wu to greet them, Gong Xilan came in front of him and pulled his hand. She smiled amiably and said, "Child, you've contributed too much to our Yang family. How do you think your great-grandmother should thank you?" Yang Wu said humbly, "Great-grandmother, this is what I should do." After pausing for a moment, he added, "Who asked me to have the Yang family's blood flowing in my veins?" With the awakening of his bloodline power and the inheritance of the Yang family's ancestors' will in the God of War pagoda, he felt a greater sense of belonging to the Yang family. This bloodline had caused a change in him that even he didn't realize. "Good child, it's good that you can think this way. I've already asked Jinghai to announce these things to the clan. You can't just contribute. There's no reason not to be praised. Let's see who still dares to gossip." Gong Xilan looked at Yang Wu and said dotingly. Since Yang Wu's appearance, the Yang family had undergone earth-shattering changes. The bloodline power of the children, youths, and the younger generation had been greatly enhanced. Their combat strength had increased by a lot, and their cultivation talent had also increased greatly. The combat strength of the Yang family's younger generation had increased by a large margin. In addition, The minor Saint Realm cultivators had also grown rapidly with the help of the elixirs he had provided previously. This had greatly enhanced the foundation of the Yang family, and they had finally recovered a trace of the foundation of a first-rate force. Recently, Yang Wu had provided a large number of elixirs, including Saint elixirs. The Yang family would also experience a spurt of growth in a short period of time. The number of saints had increased, and their strength had become stronger. If other families wanted to bully the Yang family again, they would have to think twice. Although Yang Wu couldn't see this change, it didn't mean that Gong Xilan and Yang Taihe couldn't see it. They remembered it in their hearts. Now that the Yang family had lost Yang Wu, it meant that they had fallen once again. The impact was incomparably huge. This was also the reason why Yang Taihe personally went to pick up Yang Wu. He was really afraid that something would happen to Yang Wu. However, even he didn't expect that there would be so many experts who wanted to take Yang Wu's life. If it wasn't for Miao Miaoqi's appearance, the consequences would be unimaginable. Now that he thought about it, Yang Taihe still felt that he had been careless. Great-grandmother, what others say is their business. Anyway, I won't lose a piece of flesh on my body. As long as I have a clear conscience, it's fine. Yang Wu said frankly. In his heart, he really didn't care about the thoughts of the other members of the Yang family. His bloodline had acknowledged this family, but it didn't mean that he could mix with the other members of the family. As for what others said, he didn't care and didn't care. If only everyone in the Yang family could think like you. Gong Xilan sighed softly, then she said, "The Heavenly Dragon ranking and Heavenly Phoenix ranking competition will begin soon. You have wasted a lot of time refining pills. In the following time, Taihe will bring you to a place to cultivate in seclusion. It is time for your strength to increase again." Yang Taihe said shamefully, 3 months ago, I wanted to bring you into closed-door cultivation. However, due to the Xing family's matters and the matter of refining pills, we could only be selfish for once and let you finish refining the pills first. Only then did we prepare to do this. Yang Wu waved his hand and said, "This is my own decision. It has nothing to do with little ancestor. Plus, the Xing family treated me like that. If I don't give them any response, they'll think that I, Yang Wu, am someone they can bully." He then asked, 3 months have passed. What's the reaction to the bounty? Yang Taihe smiled happily and said, "Using pills to offer rewards has always been successful. For the time being, no powerful figures from the Xing clan have been killed. However, a dozen heavenly fish realm geniuses from the Xing clan have been killed. A few dragon transformation realm minor saints have also been killed. Someone has already come to our Yang clan to claim the reward. It seems like there's some effect. We'll have to buy more herbs." Yang Wu smiled with satisfaction. He could finally vent his anger. He paused for a moment and said, "Great-grandmother, little ancestor, I hope that you can give me a plot of land to grow herbs." "You want to make a herb garden?" Gong Xilan asked. "Let's not do it for now. You should focus on cultivating. When everything stabilizes, we'll make a plot of land for you to grow herbs." Yang Taihe said, "I want to make a herb garden, but I won't be the one planting it. I want my mother to take care of it. She has nothing to do by herself, so I might as well let her do something." Yang Wu replied, "Aren't you afraid of tiring your mother out?" Gong Xilan asked. "Of course not. Her cultivation method is suitable for growing herbs. In the future, I'll let her be the mistress of the herb garden. It's actually quite good, so she won't be bored in the family." "Child, you're quite thoughtful. Why don't you let great-grandmother arrange it? Great-grandmother is also bored out of her mind." "I can't do that. You're the stabilizing force of the family. It's not good for my old bones to be bored all day. I should enter the world and cultivate my heart. Only then will I be able to reach a higher level. I'll talk to your mother later. You should also tell great-grandmother about your plan." Since Gong Xilan said so, Yang Wu didn't have any reason to be pretentious. He roughly explained his plan. First, he would find a good site in the Yang family and let his mother take care of it. Then, he would buy a batch of herbs from the Alchemist Alliance and find some trustworthy people to order them around. In addition, he would have to find an array master to set up an array. He suggested that Lu Ji be the one to do this. The family could also find another array master to support Lu Ji. He also confessed to Gong Xilan that Lu Ji was born with the yin-yang battle body. Good. Wu is still the most thoughtful. Great-grandmother will take care of these matters. However, for that child with the yin-yang battle body, great-grandmother suggests that Taiha take you to cultivate with him. That kind of battle body is unique. When he grows up, his future will be limitless, Gong Xilan said excitedly. The yin-yang battle body was very rare. When he grew up, his battle strength would not be small. In the future, Yang Wu would need such a strong helper. Letting him waste his time on array Dao seemed to be a waste of his talent. Great-grandmother, he likes array Dao. I suggest that we let him tinker with array Dao. There won't be a conflict. I'll let Taiha give him some array Dao scrolls to study. If he really has talent, he will definitely gain something. Moreover, it won't delay his cultivation. That's fine. Although I'm not proficient in array Dao, I've dabbled in it before. Ordinary array Dao can give him some guidance. Just the yin-yang battle technique is incomparably rare. I can only let people search for it and buy it. Chapter 966. Yang Wu did not want to stop Lu Ji from becoming stronger. On the contrary, he wanted Lu Ji to become stronger more than anyone else. However, he understood Lu Ji. Lu Ji was a guy who was extremely obsessed with arrays. Furthermore, he also felt that Lu Ji was extremely talented in array Dao. If he were to cultivate array Dao, he would definitely become a respected array master in the future. However, his great-grandmother and little ancestor wanted Lu Ji to be more successful in martial arts. He could not stop them. Who knew how Lu Ji would choose? Let's see what Lu Ji would choose first. When they found Lu Ji, they found that he was studying arrays with a special person from the Yang clan. They looked like they were birds of a feather, which shocked Yang Wu and Taiha. This is a wind-gathering array. Other than the wind-gathering stone, it also needs the wind-setting stone. Furthermore, it needs 18 wind eyes. Only then can the wind force be absorbed and circulate. The person who appeared in Lu Ji's house inexplicably used a tree branch to draw a diagram in front of the courtyard. Lu Ji also squatted at the side and said, "What you said makes sense. However, 18 wind eyes is too small. We can design double the number of wind eyes and circulate them in 2 directions. The wind force gathered will be stronger. What do you think?" Young man, don't bite off more than you can chew. It's not a problem to set up 36 wind eyes. However, can you draw the corresponding array pattern? You underestimate me. The Tao of arrays is not about rote memorization. It needs to be flexible. Let me draw it for you. The 2 people did not seem to see Yang Wu and Yang Taiha. They kept on drawing arrays in front of the courtyard. It was as if neither of them was willing to give in to the other. The scene was very intense, and they almost started to quarrel. If Lu Ji was quarreling with an ordinary person from the Yang clan, it would not be a big deal. However, the person he was quarreling with was an outsider from the Yang clan. His surname was Yu, and his name was Chang'an. He had a unique position in the Yang clan. A level 7 celestial mark saint, a genius who comprehended the black tortoise sword Dao, and an outsider of the Yang clan. Yu Chang'an was the only one. Lu Ji had only been in the Yang family for a few months, yet he was acquainted with Yu Chang'an. Moreover, they seemed to be having a good conversation. Yang Wu could not help but be surprised. Yang Wu did not stay in the Yang family for long, but he had witnessed Yu Chang'an's strength with his own eyes. He had wanted to visit Yu Chang'an before, but he did not know if Yu Chang'an did it intentionally or not, but he could not meet him every time. Lu Ji, on the other hand, was able to get along well with them. Turned out that being beautiful was also an advantage. It seems that someone has already taken a fancy to him. There's no need for me to make a move. Yang Taihe sighed softly. Little ancestor, will this holy elder slap Lu Ji to death in a fit of anger? Yang Wu said worriedly. He realized that Lu Ji was actually patting Yu Chang'an's shoulder. It was as if he was teaching Yu Chang an about array Dao. Just looking at it made his heart tremble. If he really did that, that brat would have died a long time ago. Let's go. Yang Taihe said. Forget it, I still have to tell that brat. I don't want him to get into big trouble. Yang Wu insisted. Yang Taihe still did not allow Yang Wu to do that. He pulled Yang Wu and left. After they left, Yu Chang'an quietly raised his head and looked towards their direction. There was not much emotion in his eyes. Very quickly, he turned his attention back to the dispute with Lu Ji. Yang Wu did not immediately leave with Yang Taihe. He went to look for his grandfather, who knew that his grandfather was the same as his father. They were both in closed-door cultivation. None of them were idle. He instantly understood why his mother was so depressed. It was too lonely for her to stay here by herself. If his grandmother was kind enough to take care of her, then he would be at ease. In the end, Yang Wu brought Miao Miao and left with Yang Taihe. Miao Miao was the descendant of Miao Miao Qi. Yang Wu was also saved by Miao Miao Qi. This favor needed to be returned. Moreover, he also saw Miao Miao as a friend. Cultivating together to deepen their relationship would be beneficial for both of them. Yang Taihe did not mind Miao Miao coming along. He understood the reason better than Yang Wu. When Yang Taihe brought Yang Wu and Miao Miao to the place where they were preparing to cultivate, Yang Wu could not help but exclaim, "Grave Split City?" This place was the city where Yang Wu discovered Yang Taihe. It was located at the border of Mount Amei. It was also at the border of the Yang clan's territory. Yang Taihe wiped away a hint of sadness and said, "You've reached the dragon transformation realm. What you need the most is dragon energy to refine your body. This is the best place for you to cultivate." "Isn't this place exposed?" Yang Wu asked. "It is exposed, and all the dragon items there have been taken away by them. However, it's still a good place for you to cultivate," Yang Taihe replied. In the next moment, Yang Taihe brought Yang Wu and Miao Miao into the cracks. He took out an item. It was a dragon scale. It was the most precious reverse scale of a true dragon. It was second only to the dragon pearl. After he poured his saint energy into it, a gust of dragon energy wrapped around the three of them and brought them into a space in the cracks. Yang Taihe, Yang Wu, and Miao Miao appeared in a space. Miao Miao could not help but ask, "Spatial crack space?" "This is the dragon tomb space," Yang Taihe replied calmly. When they landed, dragon chi emerged from a huge tomb in front of them. Dragon roars resounded. A dragon shadow transformed into a stunning woman and appeared in front of Yang Taihe. She gently caressed Yang Taihe's face and said, "Taihe, you're back." Yang Taihe nodded and said, "Taihe, you're back." Yang Taihe, a resolute man, showed a hint of tenderness and said, "Yes, I'm back." He wanted to hold the dragon lady's hand, but he could not. She was already dead. All that was left was a remnant of her will. Yang Wu had experienced Yang Taihe's experience. When he saw this scene, he felt a little sour in his nose. Miao Miao was a little confused. He did not dare to say anything. "Are they the children of the family?" "They look very outstanding," the dragon lady said with a smile. "They are very outstanding. That's why I want to use the dragon energy here to help them reach a higher level." "I hope you agree," Yang Taihe said with a choked voice. "Your business is my business. Why wouldn't I agree?" the dragon lady said as she leaned into Yang Taihe's arms. Yang Taihe could not help but say, "But you will disappear." The dragon energy was one of the most important things that supported the dragon lady's remnant will. If the dragon energy was absorbed, she would not be able to preserve her will. The dragon lady said softly, "I'm already dead, but I can still do something for you. I feel very happy." If you brought them here, it means they are very important to the family. Otherwise, you wouldn't have done this, right? Aside from here, I can't think of any other place for him to grow quickly. He started later than the others, and he contributed a lot to the family. Without him, I would never have seen you again, and I would never have had the chance to avenge you. He is the future of the Yang family. He is now a top holy elder of the Alchemist Union. His status is higher than mine. The Yang family can live without Yang Taihe, but it cannot live without Yang Wu. Yes, I understand. I will do my best to help him grow. You don't need to worry. There is plenty of dragon energy here. Even if he absorbs some, it won't affect me too much. Yang Taihe and the Dragon Lady had a lot to talk about, so Yang Wu pulled Miao Miao to a place not far away. He didn't want to disturb the two of them. Boss, what is this? Miao Miao asked in a small voice. Don't ask so many questions. Drink, Yang Wu said unhappily. He tossed a bottle of drunken 8 immortals to Miao Miao. Miao Miao didn't ask any more questions. He drank with Yang Wu. Boss, what wine is this? It's so good. Miao Miao couldn't help but praise after drinking the drunken 8 immortals. Drink if you have something to drink. Why are you asking so many questions? Yang Wu wasn't in the mood. He didn't even want to talk to Miao Miao. Miao Miao stopped talking and drank in silence. Soon, Miao Miao was completely drunk. Drunken 8 immortals wasn't a joke. Even people like Zui Lao who loved wine got drunk with one sip, let alone Miao Miao. Drunken 8 immortals was brewed with many kinds of herbs. It was a medicinal wine. It had the ability to refine the body. It was very effective for Miao Miao. Because of this, Yang Wu shared it with Miao Miao. A bottle of drunken 8 immortals wasn't any less valuable than a small saint pill. Yang Wu was also drunk. He deliberately got drunk. In this situation, the best way to avoid it was to get drunk. When Yang Wu woke up, the Dragon Lady had disappeared. Only Yang Taihe was drinking Miao Miao's bottle of wine. She's dead. She still has a little bit of consciousness left. I didn't want to bring you here, but I couldn't find a better place. Yang Taihe sighed. Little ancestor, you don't have to do this. I can improve quickly wherever I cultivate. It doesn't have to be here. Yang Wu replied. Yang Taihe shook his head and said, this is actually what she wanted. She said that she was the daughter-in-law of the Yang family. Even if she died, she would be a ghost of the Yang family. Since she followed me, she hasn't done anything for the Yang family. So she hoped that she could help me this time. I think what she said makes sense, so I brought you here. But Yang Wu didn't know what to say. There's no buts. She's from the dragon race and is willing to be with me. She was wronged, but I wasn't able to protect her properly and let her die in the hands of those beasts. I will settle this score myself sooner or later. You can stay here with peace of mind, there's no need to feel burdened. She's right, you being able to use the power here to improve yourself is also her contribution to the Yang family. She's qualified to be the daughter-in-law of the Yang family, so I should respect her. Besides, she's never died and has always lived in my heart. Yang Wu's eyes were wet. A man and a dragon falling in love wasn't a forbidden love. It was just not easy. They were truly in love. They were lovers who wanted to spend the rest of their lives with each other. It was a shame that fate played a trick on them. They were separated by life and death. Now, the Dragon Lady was willing to give up her dragon heir to help Yang Wu. Yang Taihe's heart was conflicted, but he was willing to do it. Their love was beyond what most people could imagine. From that day on, Yang Wu admitted that the Dragon Lady was the grandmother of the Yang family. She lived in his heart. The Dragon Lady seemed to feel Yang Wu's thoughts. She appeared and smiled at Yang Wu. Chapter 967. Dragon's Grave. This was not an ordinary place. The body of a dragon was once buried here. It was a secret space discovered by the Dragon Lady and Yang Taihe. Unfortunately, when they discovered the secret space, they were hunted down by the people of Mount Amei and the Xing family. In the end, both of them almost died here. The dragon lady's body was torn apart by the two parties. Her dragon pearl was taken away, and she had no chance of resurrection. Yang Taihe suffered for thousands of years, and almost went to hell to accompany the dragon lady. Most of the items in the dragon's grave had been cleared away by the other party. There was almost nothing left. There was still a strong dragon chi here. It was mainly because the dragon lady's blood was spilled here. It was normal for the dragon chi to be left behind. Moreover, there were some remnants in the dragon's grave that had not been discovered. After thousands of years, the dragon chi gathered again and lived up to its name. Yang Taihe brought Yang Wu here in hopes that Yang Wu could absorb the dragon chi here to improve his dragon transformation realm. In addition, there was a dragon demonic pool here. It was where the remaining dragon demonic aura gathered. Dragon demonic aura was a terrifying power. Ordinary people would die if they touched it. To powerful martial artists, it was an excellent power to temper their physique. Although Yang Wu's body was already sanctified, the dragon demonic pool here was still useful to him. Yang Wu did not head to the dragon demonic pool immediately. Instead, he emphasized to Yang Taihe that he would absorb a lot of energy. A small amount of dragon aura would not be of much use to him. It was possible that the dragon aura here would be sucked dry. He said this to prepare Yang Taihe. What if the dragon lady did not appear after absorbing all the dragon chi? What would happen? This was a problem that Yang Wu had to worry about. Absorb as much as you want. She has already prepared. Even if you absorb all the dragon chi, she can still appear. It's just that it will take some time, Yang Taihe replied. Yang Wu asked again, what about Miao Miao? I'll train him, Yang Taihe replied. Okay, I'll start then. After Yang Wu responded, he no longer hesitated and began to release the Supreme Nine Mysteries formula to absorb the dragon chi here. When Yang Wu had broken through to the dragon transformation realm, he had formed a true dragon phantom that was 10,000 feet long. He had reached a level that only ordinary top-level dragon transformation realm cultivators could achieve. That was because he had already absorbed dragon chi and had been tempered by the dragon marrow liquid. His foundation was extremely solid, so it was reasonable for him to form a true dragon phantom. When he completely released his aura, the true dragon in his dantian rushed out. It was as if it had been hungry for a long time. When it saw delicious food in front of it, it was incomparably greedy. It opened its mouth and madly absorbed the rich dragon chi here. Streams of dragon chi emerged from the dragon graveyard and gathered towards Yang Wu. The true dragon opened its mouth and devoured them. The devouring speed was extremely fast. Yang Taihe finally understood that Yang Wu wasn't lying. Even though he was only in the dragon transformation realm, the speed at which he absorbed dragon aura wasn't any slower than that of a semi-sage. A small amount of dragon aura wasn't enough to satisfy his need. Is the Heavenly Palace's profound formula really that abnormal? Yang Taihe sighed softly. He knew that Yang Wu had already become a disciple of the Heavenly Palace. The Heavenly Palace was the #1 force in the ancient times, and their heavenly profound formula was indeed one of the best profound formulas in the world. Yang Taihe felt that Yang Wu must have obtained the inheritance of the Heavenly Palace to have such a foundation. Yang Taihe gripped the dragon's scale and looked at the dragon chi that was starting to thin out. He felt suffocated and had no choice but to turn his attention to Miao Miao. He muttered, "You are the descendant of Vice Alliance leader Miao. It wouldn't be a disgrace for you if I were to teach you." He didn't need to teach Miao Miao the art of alchemy. He only needed to raise Miao Miao's realm. While Yang Wu and Miao Miao were in closed-door training, time gradually passed. Meanwhile, under the Divination Pavilion's calculations, the best day and place for the Dragon Phoenix list competition had finally been chosen. A year and a half later, an auspicious phenomenon of the Dragon Phoenix and the Phoenix ranking tournament would appear. When the time came, the peerless geniuses of the various forces in the transcendent realm would gather at the Dragon Phoenix ranking tournament to compete for the position of Dragon Emperor and Emperor Phoenix. After the Divine Fortune-telling Pavilion announced this news, the original Heavenly Dragon Jade Token and Heavenly Phoenix Jade Token quietly appeared in various places. Only the men who obtained the Heavenly Dragon Jade Token and the women who obtained the Heavenly Phoenix Jade Token had the qualifications to enter the Dragon Phoenix ranking tournament. There were 10,000 tokens of each type, for a total of 20,000. This was the amount that the human race had obtained. In addition, there were another 90,000 tokens for the other races to compete for. This meant that the young geniuses of the various races would gather and clash. After the previous Dragon Phoenix ranking tournament ended, a portion of the Heavenly Dragon Jade Tokens and Heavenly Phoenix Jade Tokens had disappeared along with the competitors. Now they had appeared in various places. A large portion of the tokens had landed in the hands of the various forces. Even if their geniuses didn't need to compete for the tokens, they would still have the qualifications to enter the Dragon Phoenix ranking tournament. There were also some geniuses with good luck who obtained the tokens. There were also some who mysteriously obtained tokens that could be auctioned off for sky-high prices. Many Dragon Transformation Realm experts under the age of 100 who didn't have the Heavenly Dragon Jade Token or Heavenly Phoenix Jade Token had to think of a way to obtain it. Only then would they have the opportunity to enter the Dragon Phoenix ranking tournament. 10,000 slots for each seemed like a lot, but in reality, with the terrifying population of the Transcendent Realm, it was pitifully small. Even if the Dragon Transformation Realm cultivators had an age limit, the number was still astonishingly high. At the very least, there were trillions of people. After subtracting the shares that the various forces originally had, the remaining slots were even fewer. The competition was extremely cruel. In the Dragon Phoenix ranking tournament, other than ranking the strongest of the younger generation, these strongest youths would also be sent to the evolving Dragon Holy Land to help them grow as quickly as possible. The various forces were willing to help these youths grow quickly because they hoped that a few of these youths would become overlords of the Heaven Ascension Realm. Only then would they be able to help the human race guard their current territories. After all, there were countless living beings in the Transcendent Realm. The human race seemed to have occupied a lot of territory, but in reality, they didn't even occupy a third of it. Many ancient mountain ranges had terrifying living beings, some forbidden lands had unknown races living in them, and there were also countless aquatic demons in the sea, as well as the demon race that was eyeing them like tigers. These complicated living environments made the human race not dare to be negligent. Every 50 years, a grand tournament would be held, and the human race would engage in fierce battles with various prodigies. Only prodigies who could carve out a bloody path through the battles would have the qualifications to become overlords. After the Dragon Phoenix ranking tournament began, the various domains began to be filled with gunpowder. It wasn't just the human race. The other races also engaged in a cruel competition for the Jade Tokens. Before the Dragon Phoenix ranking tournament began, the flames of war had already been ignited. Xiangjiang region. A woman carried a sword on her back as she traveled the world. She had a Jade Phoenix token hanging in front of her chest. She wasn't worried at all that it would be snatched by others. This was definitely an act of great courage. A member of the zombie race secretly attacked this woman. Numerous corpses formed a terrifying attack that was enough to threaten a Dragon Transformation Realm cultivator. The woman used her fingers as a sword. Sword chi swept past, slicing the corpses in half. They posed no threat to her at all. These corpses had been soaked with a secret technique and were extremely hard. Ordinary heavenly soldiers were unable to destroy them, but they were unable to withstand the woman's sword chi. She had the strength of a Dragon Transformation Realm cultivator. The zombie race summoned a large number of corpses, determined to keep the woman behind. In the end, all the corpses were destroyed. Sword chi even pierced through the zombie race member's glabella, taking away his life. You wish to kill me with this bit of strength? Too weak. The woman didn't even draw her sword as she muttered to herself with a calm expression. Desolate region. A young girl was together with a bunch of desolate beasts and ferocious beasts. She innocently communicated with them. These ferocious desolate beasts and ferocious beasts were as docile as lambs. It was truly unbelievable. A little hayhound kept provoking the big guys in the wild. Not long after those big guys charged over, they became part of the group of beasts again. Recently, your beast-taming talent has improved quite a bit. However, you still haven't managed to tame a saint-level big guy. You still need to continue improving. The little hayhound said to the young girl in an old-fashioned manner. The young girl stroked the nose of the gigantic tusked elephant beside her and said, "Their ferocious natures are too strong. I can't form a contract with them. My strength is still too weak." It's good that you know. For the next period of time, you can train with them. You don't have to worry about hurting them. After all, there are quite a few big guys here. It's not a big deal to lose a few of them. The little hayhound said. They are so obedient. How can I bear to hurt them? It's better to find some big guys that haven't been tamed yet. The young girl said with a pained expression. Anything is fine, as long as you like. The little hayhound replied. At this time, an iron-winged vicious bird flew over from the sky. It held a jade tablet in its claws and threw it at the young girl. It even squealed at the young girl. The young girl caught the jade tablet and looked at it carefully. It was a jade tablet in the shape of a phoenix. She asked the iron-winged vicious bird, "Is this for me?" "Yo-yo." The iron-winged vicious bird replied happily. "You're so nice. It looks pretty good. I'll take it." The young girl stroked the iron-winged vicious bird and said happily. The little hayhound said, "Let me see what this thing is." The young girl handed it over to look. The dog's eyes flashed with a trace of surprise and said, "It's an emperor jade. It belongs to the holy jade. It's shaped like a phoenix. Could it be the so-called Heavenly Phoenix Jade Tablet?" Heavenly Phoenix Jade Tablet? It can't be. Isn't it said that it can only be obtained through cruel battles? The young girl said in surprise. Although she and the dog were both on the path of cultivation, they had heard some things about the Dragon Phoenix list. They knew about the existence of the Heavenly Phoenix Jade Tablet. Woof woof, you little girl's luck is profound. You don't need to fight for a jade tablet and it's delivered to your door. It seems that it's unreasonable if you don't obtain the position of Emperor Phoenix. The little hayhound said happily. I'm not that powerful. The young girl said modestly. What if your young master obtains the position of Dragon Emperor? Then I'll fight with all my strength and not lose face for the young master. Chapter 968. Kunlun Northfield. The Kunlun realm was vast and boundless. According to the records, this was the birthplace of the ancestors of the human race. It had the most ancient inheritance. Kunlun Mountain was one of the 5 great mountains. It was comparable to the 2 temples and the 3 halls. It was the oldest sect in history. It was even comparable to the Xianyuan clan. Kunlun Mountain and the Apothecary Alliance were in the north and south respectively. They both occupied different territories. Kunlun Mountain had a larger territory. If Xiang Dingtian hadn't appeared, the Apothecary Alliance wouldn't have been able to compete with Kunlun Mountain. Kunlun Mountain had many outstanding cultivators. Every one of them had extraordinary potential. The competition between them was extremely fierce. For the Heavenly Dragon rank and Heavenly Phoenix rank competition in a year and a half, Kunlun Mountain held a competition for the Dragon Transformation Realm disciples under 100 years old. As the saint's son of Kunlun, Kuan Xian had just entered the Dragon Transformation Realm. It wasn't easy for him to be the champion in the competition. Many senior brothers were stronger than him. Especially the previous saint, Kuan Mingzi, had unparalleled battle power. He suppressed everyone and became the leader of the Dragon Phoenix rank. Aside from Kunming Zi, there were 2 other people who appeared out of nowhere, causing quite a commotion. One of them was the saintess, Meng Bingxue, who had disappeared for decades. She had actually returned. Meng Bingxue and Kuan Mingzi used to be a couple. However, many people in the sect didn't approve of them being together. It was because Kuan Mingzi's talent back then was very average. He wasn't good enough for Meng Bingxue. Kuan Mingzi was very handsome. He made Meng Bingxue fall head over heels for him. Meng Bingxue actually eloped with him to the mortal world to find a place where they could spend the rest of their lives together. However, when they discovered the Frost Spring Mystic Essence, Kuan Mingzi turned against them. He harmed Meng Bingxue and took the Frost Spring Mystic Essence's power and the inheritance left behind. Kuan Mingzi was also very powerful. After he obtained the inheritance, his power increased by leaps and bounds. When he returned to Kunlun Mountain, he wasn't punished. Instead, he defeated the Saint's son and became the new Saint's son. As for Meng Bingxue's disappearance, he had already found an excuse to cover it up. However, a few years ago, Kuan Mingzi had heard the news that Meng Bingxue was still alive from Mount Amei. That was why he had started to plan. He couldn't let Meng Bingxue return to Mount Kunlun alive. However, his plan didn't work out well. Meng Bingxue still showed up in Kunlun Mountain. He was very unhappy. He didn't deal with her well enough, which left a problem for him. However, his position in Kunlun Mountain was different from before. He was now the young master. Even if Meng Bingxue came back, she wouldn't be able to cause any trouble. Besides, it wasn't difficult for him to deal with this woman. Meng Bingxue's strength had broken through the dragon transformation realm. Compared to him, the difference was like heaven and earth. He had already reached the pinnacle of the dragon transformation realm. If it wasn't for this battle between the dragon and phoenix, he could have entered the half-step saint realm, or even broken through the star rune realm. Meng Bingxue was the last saintess after all. No matter what mistakes she had made, if she could repent and come back to Mount Kunlun, the higher-ups would give her a chance. After all, Meng Bingxue was born with the ice body. Many people still thought highly of her. Although she had delayed her cultivation, they still believed that she could catch up. Kuan Mingzi met Meng Bingxue again. The two of them stood far apart. Kuan Mingzi had sword-like eyebrows and starry eyes. He had the temperament of an immortal. He was a rare handsome man. Only Lu Ji could be compared to him. However, Lu Ji didn't have the domineering aura of gentleness. He was wearing a white robe and carrying a long sword on his back. He looked like an immortal, standing in the wind. Meng Bingxue was beautiful. Her hair was still falling down, but she didn't tie it up. Only a pair of cold eyes could be seen. They were less lively and more murderous. Bingxue, you shouldn't have come back, Kuan Mingzi said with a magnetic voice. I didn't want to come back, but I had to. Meng Bingxue replied coldly. I failed you in the past because I didn't want to be under your halo. Now, I don't need to do that anymore. Besides, I regret what I did. I have been suffering in my heart all these years. I still miss you and love you. Kuan Mingzi looked at Meng Bingxue with deep love and regret. If she was still the old Meng Bingxue, she would have been soft-hearted after hearing Kuan Mingzi's words. However, she was no longer the old Meng Bingxue. In that small space, she had been refined by the Xian Shuang Quan Xian Qi. Her ice body had reached a new level. When she regained her consciousness, her power had increased by leaps and bounds. Since she left the mortal world, she had reached the middle level of the dragon transformation stage. That was why she dared to come back to Mount Kunlun. As long as she focused on cultivation, she was confident that she could catch up with Lu Ji as soon as possible. Put away your disgusting face. I was ignorant before. I loved you so much. Do you think I will still believe your bullshit now? Meng Bingxue sneered. She paused and continued. You abandoned me. From now on, I will make you regret it. Meng Bingxue's body was filled with coldness. She wanted to kill Kuan Mingzi. Kuan Mingzi let out a long laugh. Haha, you? Do you think you are still the saintess? Pausing for a moment, he faintly said, "If I want to pinch you to death now, it would be as easy as flipping my hand. You really shouldn't have returned to the sect. That way you could have lived for a few more days. Since you've returned, don't blame me for not remembering our old friendship. If you have the guts, then kill me right now. Otherwise, I will show your ugly face to the world. You deserve to die." Meng Bingxue didn't want to talk to him anymore. She turned around and left. She was no longer the naive girl from before. She was a woman with true love. For him, she would not die so easily. She came back this time to make Kun Mingzi regret what he had done to her. Kun Mingzi looked at Meng Bingxue leaving, and murderous intent flashed in his eyes. He murmured, "Bingxue, if you knew how precious my heritage is, you wouldn't talk to me like that. I wanted to give you a chance, but it seems you don't need it." Apart from Meng Bingxue, there was another dark horse, Su Xiaoqiang. This young man, who had only joined the Kunlun Mountains a few years ago, had broken through to the celestial fish realm from a small man general realm. He had the ability to kill dragon transformation realm cultivators and was expected to break through to the dragon transformation realm within a year. His performance had gained the recognition of a Kunlun saint, and he had been awarded a precious heavenly dragon jade token. After Su Xiaoqiang received the heavenly dragon jade plate, his feminine face revealed a proud expression. He pinched his fingers together and murmured, "Yang Wu, I hope you can participate in the heavenly dragon ranking. It is time for us to settle our grudges." If Yang Wu was here, he would definitely recognize this young man. He was an acquaintance who had joined the army with him. He was Wan Lanxin's attendant and had become a rising star of Kunlun. It had to be said that this young man's luck was off the charts. This was definitely related to his master, Wang Jiuchong. Wang Jiuchong was only in the Earth-Sea realm, and was only an in-name disciple of Kunlun. If he had not been harmed by the evil Child King, he would not have stopped at the Earth-Sea realm. After Yang Wu became a king, they quickly left Great Xia. They were lucky enough to pass through the barrier passage, and return to the world of Transcendent. After some twists and turns, they returned to Kunlun. With Wang Jiuchong's strength, it was naturally impossible for him to bring Su Xiaoqiang into Kunlun. On the contrary, after Su Xiaoqiang cultivated an evil technique, he erupted with powerful talent and attracted the attention of the upper echelons of Kunlun. That was why they were led to the mountain. Wang Jiuchong received some favors and his previous losses were compensated. His strength increased by a lot and he reached the peak of the Earth-Sea realm. He was only one step away from the celestial fish realm. Congratulations, young master, for obtaining the heavenly dragon jade plate. Becoming a saint is just around the corner. Wang Jiuchong came before Su Xiaoqiang and bowed. "Speaking of which, it's all thanks to you." Su Xiaoqiang glanced at Wang Jiuchong and said. Wang Jiuchong hurriedly said in fear, No, it's all because of young master's outstanding talent and excellent comprehension that you have today's achievements. This servant is basking in young master's glory." Su Xiaoqiang patted Wang Jiuchong's head and screamed, "Haha, Wang Jiuchong, you're really born to be a servant. Every word you say makes me happy. Not bad, I'll reward you with a celestial fish pill later, and let you break through to the celestial fish realm." "Thank you, young master. Thank you, young master." Wang Jiuchong was overjoyed. Now Wang Jiuchong was no longer Su Xiaoqiang's master, but Su Xiaoqiang's servant. He relied on Su Xiaoqiang to live. Everything was really unpredictable. Sun-devouring realm. Two beings from the Saint Do clan came out of a small space and killed the demon son of the Death God clan. This shocked the entire Death God clan. Sun Qian and Sun Do quickly climbed up the bounty list. As descendants of the Saint Do clan, they were sworn enemies with the Death God clan. The Demon Son was one of the Death God clan's seed candidates for the Dragon Phoenix ranking tournament this time. However, he was actually killed by these two fellows and his heavenly dragon jade plate was taken away. This matter was huge. After the Death God clan released the bounty list, the Death God clan sent out a powerful group to kill the two of them. There were also many foreign races that hunted them. The two of them were also skilled and bold. They did not hide again, but fought as they fled. Once they encountered a Saint Realm being that they couldn't defeat, they took out the ancestral item left behind by the Saint Do clan to escape the attacks of those powerful Saint Realm beings. If they encountered beings that they could defeat, they weren't afraid of being outnumbered and fought with them. Every time they could kill those beings. Their combat power was too heaven-defying. Sun Qian, you bastard. You didn't come to help me kill that fleeing rat. You made me get bitten in the butt. Did you do that on purpose? Sun Do covered his butt and cursed at his Saint Do clan companion who looked like him. The Heavenly Dragon rankings are open. If you can't even kill a rat, how can you become the Dragon Emperor? You're too weak, Sun Qian said faintly. Chapter 969. The Dragon Phoenix leaderboard would be opened in a year and a half. Now was the prelude to the Battle of the Dragon Phoenix leaderboard. There were fierce battles in all the realms. The minor saints of the younger generation were desperately fighting for their own tokens. The dark horses who had been hiding for a long time showed up one after another. They displayed shocking combat strength and talent. Some special battle constitutions were also displayed. The Fortune Teller Tower also started to release the leaderboard. The predicted rankings of the Heavenly Dragon and Heavenly Phoenix leaderboard were constantly updated in the Book of Heavenly Secret. The Palace Lord of the Immortal Palace killed a saint with one hand and reached the top of the Heavenly Dragon leaderboard. The son of the King of Hell of the Yama Palace was invincible in the path of death and ranked second on the Heavenly Dragon leaderboard. Jin Juezi of the Tianli Temple was invincible. His body could withstand the attacks of several saints. He ranked third on the Heavenly Dragon leaderboard. Koan Mingzi of the Kunlun Mountain comprehended the Frost Palm Path. He could freeze a part of the world with one palm and ranked fourth on the Heavenly Dragon leaderboard. The third princess of the Xianyuan clan cultivated the Emperor Divine Scripture. She was known as the first empress of the younger generation and ranked first on the Heavenly Phoenix leaderboard. The previous saintess of the Amei Mountain had mastered the path of ruthlessness and ranked second on the Heavenly Phoenix leaderboard. An old and accomplished woman from the Purple Cloud Palace had ranked third on the Heavenly Phoenix leaderboard with unparalleled combat strength of the Thunder Act. The previous saintess of the Sky Severing Sect could kill saints and ranked fourth on the Heavenly Phoenix leaderboard. These were the latest predicted rankings, and changes were happening every day. Only the top 100 had relatively little changes. These people had all displayed their strength in the past 50 years, and all of them had been thoroughly investigated by the Divine Fortune-Telling Pavilion. There were still some objections to their rankings, but they still had a certain level of representation. Those who could be ranked in the top 10,000 had a chance to win the Battle of the Dragon Phoenix leaderboard. While the geniuses of various places were fighting for a Heavenly Dragon Jade Plate or a Heavenly Phoenix Jade Plate, many of them were cultivating in secret. They wouldn't show their shocking combat strength until the end. Dragon Tomb of the Grave City. Yang Wu and Miao Miao were some of the geniuses who were cultivating. Miao Miao was an alchemist. Whether or not he participated in this kind of competition between martial artists did not mean much to him. However, as a man who did not wish to leave a heavy mark on the dragon rankings, he had been soaked in a large amount of medicinal liquid since he was young. His cultivation talent was definitely not inferior to any of the geniuses. In fact, he was even more powerful. The only pity was that he was unable to use this talent to cultivate martial arts. He was more focused on alchemy. After he entered the dragon tomb together with Yang Wu, he was ruthlessly drilled by Yang Taihe. Every day, he was miserable beyond words. Yang Taihe's schedule was packed to the brim. In the morning, he tempered his body, starting from the basics, and worked hard to squeeze out his potential. In the afternoon, he furiously refined the fire control technique, and only at night was he allowed to refine pills. In the first 3 months, Meow Meow's realm did not change at all, but his fighting strength had increased a lot. Especially after he tried to refine pills and was struck by lightning several times, he became even more energetic. Yang Wu taught him part of the 9 lightning body tempering technique to help him refine his body. When he was struck by lightning at first, he cried for his parent. He felt like he was about to be struck to death. Who knew that not only was he not killed, but he also realized how extraordinary his body, which had been tempered by his ancestors since he was young, was. That was why he dared to try to withstand the lightning. However, this guy was afraid of pain, so he cut corners every time. Other than the first wave of lightning, he let the puppets block the second and third waves of lightning. Even so, the improvement of his body was very obvious. After 3 months, he broke through to the top-tier heavenly fish realm. At this time, he was still not even 30 years old. This kind of strength was enough to look down on many of his peers. However, others knew that he was Meow Meow Chi's favorite junior, so they did not take it to heart. After he broke through to the top-tier heavenly fish realm, he also refined a cauldron of small divine pills. Although they were the most common healing pills, they were enough for him to laugh for a while. An alchemist's alchemy realm was directly proportional to his martial arts realm. Many alchemists had talent in alchemy but not in martial art. Only those who had both could go further. Many alchemists took the pills they refined to increase their strength. Over time, it became a habit, which limited their improvement in cultivation. Meow Meow Chi naturally would not do such a stupid thing. He had long since told Meow Meow to be down to earth and break through each realm with his own strength. He could not take too many pills to break through. In addition, he had given Meow Meow a lot of medicinal liquids to soak in. Even an ordinary child would become an excellent cultivation body after being refined by a divine alchemist like him. Otherwise, how could Meow Meow reach such a realm at such a young age? After all, Meow Meow Chi was not a pure martial artist. He had invited experts to train Meow Meow, but Meow Meow was not focused enough. Even if he had a certain level of strength, his combat ability was not high. Now, under Yang Taiha's guidance, he finally made great progress. This was definitely related to Yang Wu's influence. Yang Wu was too outstanding, so outstanding that even he felt inferior. If he did not work hard, he would not be worthy of being this boss's subordinate. After Yang Taiha spent 3 months teaching Meow Meow a cultivation method, he no longer paid any attention to Meow Meow. The beginning depended on the master, and the cultivation depended on the individual. Now it was up to Meow Meow. His main target was still Yang Wu. Yang Wu cultivated in seclusion for 3 months, crazily absorbing a large amount of dragon chi. Even Yang Taiha was shocked by the amount. It was rare for a dragon transformation realm cultivator to be so abnormal. Yang Wu did not expect that the amount he needed was so much more than he imagined. The true dragon in the Earth Sea crazily devoured the dragon chi, gradually forming a thick layer of dragon scales. The true dragon's aura became more vigorous, and 2 more dragon toes grew. The space in his dantian was expanded a few times, forming a boundless ocean. The green sprout in his dantian grew a lot. If this continued, he was ready to break through to the dragon transformation realm. However, he was still suppressing it. When he could no longer suppress it, he challenged Yang Taiha. "Little ancestor, do you dare to fight me at the same level?" He needed to vent and polish his limits before breaking through to the dragon transformation realm. "Good boy, you have guts," Yang Taiha praised. He retracted all of his profound chi and fought against Yang Wu with the strength of the dragon transformation realm. Bang bang! Yang Wu seemed to have transformed into a true dragon. He exploded with all his strength and attacked Yang Taiha. When Yang Taiha felt Yang Wu's combat strength, he was shocked again. How was this the combat strength of a dragon transformation realm cultivator? It was the combat strength of a first-level Starmark Realm cultivator. Yang Taihe was pushed back by Yang Wu's crazy attack. Meow Meow, who was not far away, was speechless. No wonder he was pushed to the top 1,000 on the bounty list. Boss is too strong, Meow Meow said in surprise. Yang Taihe realized that Yang Wu's combat strength was extraordinary. He did not dare to be careless. He released a strength that could match Yang Wu's, and even increased it by half, suppressing Yang Wu. He wanted to see how strong Yang Wu's combat strength was. Yang Wu did not disappoint him. When he released his Jinwu boxing, Yang Taihe was even more surprised. Little ancestor, please beat me. Yang Wu's eyes were filled with fighting spirit. Wuer, take it. I won't be polite anymore. Yang Taihe felt Yang Wu's fighting spirit. After responding, traces of holy power spread out, and black tortoise tyrant fists blasted towards Yang Wu. The black tortoise armor formed on Yang Wu's body. The powerful force dissipated more than half of Yang Taihe's strength. It did not cause much damage to him, so he could withstand it. Little ancestor, it's not enough. Come on more fiercely, Yang Wu shouted crazily. All right, prepare to suffer a little, Yang Taihe said excitedly. The strength of his attacks kept rising, enough to fight against a first-level Starmark Realm cultivator. Yang Wu finally tasted the pain. Yang Taihe's fists fell on his body like raindrops. His black tortoise armor was shattered, and his body was covered with fist marks. Blood kept spurting out. Meow Meow felt his heart ache when he saw this. He was afraid that Yang Wu would be beaten to death by Yang Wu. Who knew that Yang Wu was still so ferocious? He did not care about the injuries on his body. He still erupted with extremely powerful combat strength and fought fiercely with Yang Taihe. Yang Wu didn't stop fighting until it was dark. On the second day, he had completely recovered and continued to challenge Yang Taihe. This battle lasted for another day, and only stopped at night. The injuries on his body were more serious than the previous day, but the next day, he was as vigorous as a dragon and as fierce as a tiger. He was like a cockroach that could not be killed. Even Yang Taihe was amazed by his recovery ability. 7 consecutive days, 7 battles. In every battle, Yang Wu was beaten very badly. Every time, all of his combat strength was exhausted. The next day, he became even stronger. On the 8th day, he stopped fighting. Once again, he crazily absorbed the dragon chi. On the 10th day, he successfully entered the mid-level dragon transformation realm. Roar! Roar! A 2,000 zhang long true dragon soared into the sky. Its continuous roars echoed throughout the dragon tomb. The dragon chi in the dragon tomb also cried out. Yang Wu's aura rose steadily. It was not as simple as when he had just entered the mid-level dragon transformation realm. Instead, he reached the mid-level dragon transformation realm in one go. After Yang Wu broke through, the might of the battle chi dragon far surpassed any dragon transformation realm martial artist's oppressive feeling. After he stabilized his realm, he challenged Yang Taihe again. Once again, they fought for 3 consecutive days before stopping. This time, he did not fight to the limit with Yang Taihe. Instead, he used all the martial arts he had cultivated, tempering them to perfection. Among them, when Yang Wu released the hum sound, Yang Taihe almost fell for it. This was the sound of Buddhism. Yang Wu had actually comprehended it and released a very powerful attack. It really caught people off guard. If not for Yang Taihe's strength being so much stronger than Yang Wu's, just this hum sound would be enough to destroy or severely injure his soul. At that time, he would be the one being taught a lesson by Yang Wu. Wuer, do you dare to be even more ferocious? Little ancestor, I feel that there are still many areas that need to be fixed. Chapter 970. Yang Taihe was once the pride of the Yang family. He was a peerless genius among the younger generation of the Yang family and had reached the 11th level of the God of War Pagoda. Now that he had the strength of a level 9 astral pattern realm cultivator, He thought he could teach Yang Wu some things. However, after battling with Yang Wu repeatedly, he felt that there was nothing else he could teach Yang Wu. Yang Wu had his own way of thinking and comprehension. His Tao was forged step by himself. Other than giving some suggestions from the side, Yang Taihe could not change his mind. Yang Wu walked the path of ultimate martial arts. Other than his potential being completely squeezed out, he had recultivated every battle technique, he had learned and practiced various variations. His combat power continued to increase. Yang Taihe felt that Yang Wu already had the strength to reach the top 100 of the Heavenly Dragon list. This was just a conservative estimate. The main reason was that Yang Wu's cultivation level was too low. The mid-level dragon transformation realm was not enough. If he was at the high-level dragon transformation realm, he could easily reach the top 10 or even the Dragon Emperor's position. After all, the transcendental world was vast and boundless. There were countless peerless geniuses and monsters. Many of them had been nurtured from a young age. Their combat power was astonishing. Yang Taihe could not guarantee that Yang Wu could defeat all the peerless geniuses of the dragon transformation realm. At this point, Yang Taihe let Yang Wu enter the dragon demonic pool. The dragon demonic pool was the core of the dragon tomb. A true dragon's corpse was once buried here. Unfortunately, it had been taken away by someone else. What was left was the dragon demonic aura, forming a demonic pool. This kind of dragon demonic aura was not something ordinary creatures could withstand. Even those at the astral pattern realm would not dare to enter recklessly. The dragon demonic pool was a rather deep pit. It was about 1 to 2 miles wide. Countless dragon demonic aura filled it. Dragon demonic aura appeared and roared. The corrosive demonic aura was terrifying. Yang Taihe did not bring Yang Wu here to send Yang Wu to his death. He handed the dragon scale in his hand to Yang Wu and said, "Take it. It can withstand the evil dragon chi. If you want to temper your body, it will depend on you. If you can endure it, you will be able to possess a dragon-shaped battle chi. A true dragon's body is far superior to an ordinary saint body." The dragon-killing aura was originally a place for the dragon tribe to refine themselves. The physical body of the dragon tribe was naturally strong and no other living being could compare to it. Yang Taihe had brought Yang Wu here to help Yang Wu improve his physique. He didn't expect Yang Wu to be able to refine a true dragon's body, but improving his physical strength was enough for Yang Wu to benefit endlessly. Yang Wu knew the significance of this dragon scale. He said to Yang Taihe, "Little ancestor, take the dragon scale. I am not afraid of the holy thunder. I should be able to withstand the dragon demonic aura." Yang Taihe said firmly, "You can withstand the holy thunder, but you may not be able to withstand the dragon demonic aura. You must take it. I know what you are worried about. It will be fine if it enters the dragon demonic pool. Instead, it will strengthen its dragon demonic aura." Yang Wu could feel the determination in Yang Taihe's eyes. He didn't refuse. He took the dragon scale and said, "I will definitely live up to your expectations." In the next moment, he walked into the dragon demonic pool. Yang Taihe looked at Yang Wu's back and murmured, "You must hold on. The hope of the Yang family is on you." When Yang Wu stepped into the dragon demonic pool, countless dragon demonic aura surged toward him. The dragon demonic aura took the shape of a dragon and bit at Yang Wu. Even a saint realm creature would find it difficult to withstand the terrifying demonic aura. Yang Wu felt as if thousands of dragons were roaring in his ears. It was so loud that his eardrums hurt and his ears bled. His soul was in turmoil. When the demonic aura corroded his body, his skin and flesh tightened. Waves of pain seeped into his bones. This kind of painful torment was different from the damage caused by the heavenly thunder and fire. This kind of pain was transmitted from every nerve. It could make a person crazy and uncomfortable. Ah! Yang Wu couldn't help but cry out in pain. His holy body was very strong, but it still couldn't withstand the corrosion of the demonic aura. This showed how strong the demonic aura was. Seeing that Yang Wu's body was about to be soaked by the demonic aura, the dragon scale in his hand emitted an inexplicable power. It enveloped him and isolated the demonic aura. A beautiful figure quietly appeared beside him and said, "The demonic aura can't be resisted just by the strength of the body. If you want to resist its invasion, you must use a power of the same origin and blend it with it. Only then can you absorb and refine it and form immunity." After the pain on Yang Wu's body lessened, his mind became clearer. After listening to the dragon lady's words, he began to think about what to do. Soon, he had an answer. The dragon aura on his body floated, and the shadow of a real dragon coiled around his body. It merged with the demonic aura and slowly merged into his body. Hiss! When the demonic aura entered his body, Yang Wu couldn't help but suck in a cold breath. The pain was a little less than before, but it was still unbearable. It was like every meridian in his body was being gnawed. The feeling was hard to describe with words. You did the right thing, but you still have to endure some pain. Who told you not to be a dragon? The dragon lady's voice sounded again. She paused and added, "If you can't endure it, just leave. Don't force it. There are many humans who want to cultivate a dragon body, but not many can do it. Back then, Brother Taihe only cultivated a half-dragon body." Yang Wu didn't seem to hear the dragon lady's voice. He endured the pain and kept running the highest 9 mystery spells. He kept refining the demonic aura, and the real dragon grew stronger. After absorbing the demonic aura, the real dragon had the demonic aura's power. It was more like a living real dragon. After he ran the highest 9 mystery spells, the pain on his body lessened a little. However, the feeling still made him want to die. His face was twisted to the extreme, but he still persevered. He had been struck by lightning and burned by fire, but he had never retreated. Facing the demonic aura, he didn't want to take half a step back. He roared, "What's this little test? I can take it." The 4 types of mysterious essence chi that the highest 9 mystery spells fused together exploded. The first embryo mysterious essence chi protected his body, the frost spring mysterious essence chi cooled his body, the demonic blood mysterious essence chi blended together, and the corrosive fire mysterious essence chi resisted. All kinds of characteristics resisted the demonic aura. A whirlpool formed in his dantian and crazily sucked in the demonic aura from the demonic dragon pool. He was also completely wrapped up. Gradually, his screams stopped. The beautiful figure stared at the young man who was wrapped in the demonic aura for a while. She revealed a surprised expression and said to herself, "No wonder Brother Taihe values you so much." The beautiful figure disappeared. Only the faintly discernible demonic aura was left churning. In the blink of an eye, another half a year had passed. In this half a year, Miao Miao also began to absorb the dragon aura here to increase his strength. The amount he needed was not as terrifying as Yang Wu's. Yang Taihe didn't say anything. Miao Miao's strength was steadily increasing. His alchemy skills had also increased by a lot. His temperament had also become much more stable. He would also ask Yang Taihe for advice on some combat problems from time to time. Even if he couldn't be as powerful as his boss, he still hoped to be half as powerful as his boss. Not only in alchemy but also in combat. After Miao Miao focused on cultivation, the advantage of his talent became obvious. He reached the peak of the heavenly fish realm in half a year and could break through to the dragon transformation realm at any time. Such a cultivation speed was indeed not inferior to any peerless prodigy. Yang Taihe stopped him from breaking through. He wanted him to stabilize first. It would be best if he could train for a while and understand the mysteries of how to step into the dragon transformation realm. It wouldn't be too late to break through then. This way, his realm would be more stable and would be more beneficial for his future improvement. Miao Miao listened to Yang Taihe's instructions. Every day, he practiced his battle skills and tempered his body. He also didn't forget to cultivate alchemy. Just like that, the days passed in boredom. On this day, a shocking movement suddenly came from the dragon aura. It was as if a true dragon that was thousands of feet long had been born. The powerful dragon shadow appeared in midair, and waves of dragon roars shook the dragon tomb. The dragon aura in the dragon tomb surged wildly toward the true dragon like a swallow returning to its nest. "You've finished cultivating?" Yang Taihe said in surprise after sensing the movement. Meow Meow came to Yang Taihe's side and asked, "Boss, did you break through again?" "I don't know if I've broken through or not, but my combat power will definitely increase," Yang Taihe said with certainty. "Are you still letting me live?" Meow Meow said bitterly. During this period of time, he had been cultivating with all his might and felt that he had improved a lot. However, when he saw the commotion caused by Yang Wu, he was hit hard. Fortunately, he wasn't in the mood to compare himself with Yang Wu. Otherwise, he would have been so shocked that he didn't want to continue cultivating. In the dragon aura pool, a bare-chested shadow seemed to have transformed into a true dragon. It was madly devouring the dragon aura. A large amount of dense dragon aura in the dragon aura pool was decreasing at a speed visible to the naked eye. Yang Wu's aura was rising steadily. He reached the late stage of the intermediate dragon transformation realm in one fell swoop, and he was charging toward the advanced dragon transformation realm. When he reached the critical point, the barrier of this realm was violently broken through. That irresistible force was unstoppable. Everything was formed. The true dragon kept roaring. Its majestic dragon aura exuded an aura of power without being angry. It was the dragon aura unique to the advanced dragon transformation realm. Although Yang Wu already had combat power that surpassed the advanced dragon transformation realm, it was only after breaking through to the advanced dragon transformation realm that he possessed the true dragon aura. This draconic might was different from the draconic might of the majority of high-level dragon transformation realm expert. The draconic might of others was an illusion, but this was a true draconic might. He could directly use this power to kill his enemies. It was much denser and more powerful. The dragon scale flew out of the dragon aura pool and came to Yang Taihe's side. A beautiful figure appeared. She became much more illusory and said with a smile, "Fortunately, I did not disappoint you." "It's been hard on you," Yang Taihe said with pity. "It's not hard. I might not be able to see you again in the future," the dragon lady said with a sad smile. "You will always be in my heart and by my side," the resolute man said with a face full of tears. Chapter 971. The evil dragon aura was a terrifying evil aura released by a real dragon. It had a very strong lethality. Ordinary people would die from the evil dragon aura if they touched it. Even experts would have to endure the torment of life and death if they touched it. Tempering one's body with the evil dragon aura was a crazy thing. Many powerful people in history had done this, but most of them died. However, those who succeeded had an extremely strong physique. This physique was called the dragon physique. Yang Wu's body had already become a saint. Now, after being tempered by the evil dragon aura, it could be called the sacred dragon physique. Half a year ago, his sacred physique was comparable to the sacred physique of a second-level star rune realm expert. After condensing the sacred dragon physique, its power had increased by more than one level. Even a third-level star rune sacred physique couldn't be compared to it. It was at least comparable to a fourth-level star rune sacred physique. He only had the strength of a dragon transformation realm expert, but he already had such a physique. How abnormal was this? After all, not everyone could withstand the tempering of the evil dragon aura. He had withstood it and received a generous reward. At that time, Yang Taihe had only cultivated a half-dragon physique. However, Yang Wu was stronger than him. He had swallowed almost all the evil dragon aura here. Not only had his body improved, but his sacred soul had also improved by a lot. With his current battle strength, it was easy to kill a half-step saint. Whether he could fight a first-level Star Rune Realm expert or not would only be known after the battle. Yang Wu stood up. His figure was a little taller than before. His whole person seemed to be more upright. Moreover, his whole body was releasing a dignified aura. He was like an emperor of the human world, and his dragon aura was oppressive. Yang Wu clenched his fist and waved it at a huge rock. He didn't see how much force he used, but the rock exploded into powder. Its destructive power was extremely shocking. "I've become a lot stronger," Yang Wu murmured with great satisfaction. Half a year of tempering his body with the dragon aura had tortured him to the point that he wished he was dead. It had also continuously pushed his limit. He had endured that kind of inhumane torture, and there were a few times when he felt like he was going to die. In the end, he had forcefully endured it. Now, the bitterness had finally ended and the sweetness had arrived. He did not come out of the dragon demonic pool. The dragon demonic aura here was extremely thin, and he could see everything in this deep pool. He looked towards a hidden corner and walked towards it step by step. He came to the spot and kicked away the rocks there. There was nothing special. He squatted down and used his hands to push away the dust. Finally, something appeared in front of him. It was something that looked like a rope. After the dust was pushed away, waves of blue light shone through. He could not help but exclaim, "Could this be a dragon's whisker?" He picked up the thing and pulled it hard. It was not torn apart and was incomparably tough. He then threw it in another direction with force. A terrifying dragon chi was released, drawing a long crack on the ground. Its power was incomparably shocking. At this time, Yang Taihe came to the edge of the dragon demonic pool and said, "This is indeed a dragon's whisker. You're really lucky." "Little ancestor, is this really a dragon's whisker?" Yang Wu asked. "That's right. It's a dragon's whisker, and its level is not low. It can be refined into a holy dragon rope or holy dragon whip. It's definitely a powerful weapon," Yang Taihe said. "Then this is for you." Yang Wu handed the dragon's whisker to Yang Taihe. Yang Taihe took the dragon's whisker and stroked it gently. He then swung it a few times. A few cracks appeared in the sky. The power was indeed shocking. He asked Yang Wu, "Do you know the price of this dragon's whisker?" Yang Wu muttered, "It can be exchanged for at least 5-second tribulation holy pills. 10 third tribulation holy pills are priceless." Yang Taihe gave the answer and then threw the dragon's whisker back to Yang Wu. He continued, "Every part of the dragon clan is incomparably precious. This dragon's whisker can be made into a top-notch holy weapon, and it's far better than ordinary top-notch holy weapons. If the Flood Dragon clan knows about this dragon's whisker, they're willing to pay a higher price in exchange." Yang Wu suddenly understood. He said carefully, "You can take this dragon's whisker. I can't use it." Yang Taihe waved his hand and said, "This is not her dragon's whisker. It's a relic left behind by the dragon's corpse that was originally buried in this dragon tomb." "I see. Then I'll look around again. There should be some dragon's remains here," Yang Wu responded. He no longer had any worries and searched for the dragon's remains in the dragon demonic pool. Yang Wu had refined a sacred dragon body and was extremely sensitive to dragon's remains. That was why he could sense the existence of the dragon's whisker. He could also feel that there were still some dragon's remains here. Yang Taihe had a half-dragon sacred body, so he was not as sensitive as Yang Wu in this regard. Moreover, he had the dragon scale in his arms. He would definitely not use the dragon's remains. Yang Wu searched for half a day and dug out many dragon's remains from the dragon demonic pool. There were 2 dragon bones, a few portions of solidified dragon blood, a few pieces of broken dragon scales, and a few stalks of dragon demonic grass. Each of these dragon's remains was a holy object. As Yang Taihe had said, they were priceless items for any race that wanted to become a dragon. "This time, I have a chance to become a true dragon." Yang Wu muttered to himself in satisfaction. After a pause, he said, I can also give a portion to the clan leader's mount. Perhaps it can become a demon saint. That's all that's left. Those bastards are really bandits, Yang Wu sensed a few times. After confirming that there was nothing else left, he walked out of the dragon demonic pool. He did not forget to complain about those fellows who had taken the dragon's corpse from the dragon's grave. This was a place that had been searched thoroughly by the saint. He had already gained a lot by being able to find so many remains. However, he was still not satisfied. His appetite was not small. The Dragon Phoenix ranking should be starting soon. We should go out. Otherwise, it would be bad if we miss such a grand event, Yang Taihe said to Yang Wu. Okay, then let's go out. I can't wait to compete with those fellows. I hope they don't disappoint me, Yang Wu said with high fighting spirit. Don't forget about the assassination last time. Don't be arrogant, Yang Taihe reminded him. Yang Wu was instantly filled with hostility. He said faintly, This time, I will definitely kill everyone from the Xing family who participated in the Battle of the Dragon Phoenix. It's good to have confidence, but remember not to be careless. You are a top saint elder of the Alchemist Alliance and the young clan leader of the Yang family. You have a noble status. You cannot easily take risk. Yang Taihe patiently said, Let's go. When we return, we will ask Jing Hai for the Heavenly Dragon Jade token he left behind. He is the only one left in the clan. Little ancestor, I have the Heavenly Dragon Jade token. Leave it to someone else, Yang Wu replied. When did you have the Heavenly Dragon Jade token? Did Jing Hai give it to you? Yang Taihe asked in surprise. There was a limited number of Heavenly Dragon Jade tokens. They were distributed among the various large factions. Only a small portion was outside. In the last battle of the Dragon Phoenix ranking, only Yang Jinghai made it to the top 1,000. Therefore, he was the only one in the Yang family who left behind a Heavenly Dragon Jade token. Yang Wu took out the Heavenly Dragon Jade token and said, I got this from the Heng Mountain sect. Thus, he simply explained how he got the Heavenly Dragon Jade token to Yang Taihe. Yang Taihe couldn't help but laugh and said, You really are a troublemaker. The Heng Mountain sect probably wants to kill you. Isn't that so? Fortunately, the Heng Mountain sect's sect leader is open-minded and didn't force me to stay. That's because they treat you as half a son-in-law. You can't treat their daughter badly in the future. I know. We should go out. Yang Taihe, Yang Wu, and Miao Miao left together. No one would come to this small space in the future. This was a sad place for Yang Taihe. He didn't want to come back here and add to his sorrow. They didn't dare to stay in Gravesplit City and directly returned to the Yang family city. Yang Wu was one of the top 1,000 people on the bounty list. His every move was watched by others. Fortunately, Miao 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 activated the divine sound for him and shocked many people. However, it didn't mean that no one would take the risk. Yang Taihe didn't dare to be careless. He would deal with everything after returning to the Yang family. Yang Wu also didn't dare to be willful. He followed Yang Taihe back to the Yang family. When they returned to the Yang family, Yang Jinghai couldn't wait to call for an elder meeting to discuss the Heavenly Dragon ranking and Heavenly Phoenix ranking. The Yang family only had one Heavenly Dragon Jade token. However, the Yang family also had many prodigies. They had to find more Heavenly Dragon Jade tokens and Heavenly Phoenix Jade tokens. They had to make a decision on this matter. In fact, they had already discussed this matter 8 months ago. They had already sent people to search for the whereabouts of the Heavenly Dragon Jade Plate and the Heavenly Phoenix Jade Plate. Moreover, they had already made some progress. Now, Yang Wu had returned at the right time. In the main hall, Yang Taihe and Yang Wu sat in the main seat. Yang Jinghai wanted to invite Yang Taihe to sit in the main seat, but he was rejected by Yang Taihe. Yang Taihe didn't care about the specific matters of the Yang family. Everything was handled by Yang Jinghai. He would only participate when he was needed. When everyone was present, Yang Jinghai said, In the last Heavenly Dragon ranking, I left behind a Heavenly Dragon Jade token. There's only one. I plan to give it to young clan leader Yang Wu. Does anyone have any objections? Recently, many people had their eyes on the Heavenly Dragon Jade tablet in his hands. There were already a few holy elders who wanted to ask for it, but he had never announced who he would give it to. Today, when Yang Wu returned, he said it in public. Yang Wu's prestige was unquestionable. He was indeed qualified to have the Heavenly Dragon Jade token. However, it didn't mean that everyone thought so. Before Yang Wu could speak, someone jumped out and said, "Clan leader, you're too biased." This was a holy elder of the Azure lineage. He had a head full of white hair and his old face was filled with wrinkles. He looked very old. This holy elder had no choice but to take charge of the Azure lineage after the previous clan leader retired. His strength was quite good, reaching the 6th level of the Star Rune realm. His name was Yang Mantang. After Yang Mantang spoke, another holy elder of the Azure lineage said, "That's right, clan leader. We can't do this. He's an alchemist, not a martial genius." Chapter 972. Yang Wu was the young patriarch. Regardless of whether it was the Black Tortoise lineage or the Azure lineage, they had long had no objections. Yang Wu was a top-notch sage apothecary. It was easy for him to establish his own faction. He never owed the Yang family anything. Only the Yang family owed him. Yang Wu's identity as a Sin's blood had long been ignored by the clansmen. However, the Dragon Phoenix list competition this time was of great significance. It was a major event that involved breaking through to the astral pattern realm. All the sage elders were thinking for their successors or descendant. There was only one Heavenly Dragon Jade token. They were unwilling to let Yang Wu obtain it just like that. Yang Wu was indeed a top-notch sage apothecary, but his strength was still far from it. Even though Yang Wu had once ascended to the 12th level of the God of War pagoda, they still didn't think much of him. At least, that was what they thought. After all, the dragon transformation realm wasn't child's play. It had to be those prodigies who had been in the dragon transformation realm for many years to participate. Only then could they obtain a higher ranking and obtain the opportunity to become a sage. Yang Jinghai had participated in the Dragon Phoenix competition 50 years ago and had only broken through to the astral pattern realm after 50 years. It was clear how difficult this hurdle was. Yang Jinghai was still very young. He was only a little over 100 years old. Other than the Azure lineage's compromise, there was another important reason why he could become the clan head. He was the only person in the Yang family who could obtain the top 1,000 on the Heavenly Dragon list. No one else could compare to him. Now that Yang Wu had become the young clan head, he had blocked the path of many young people to become the young clan head. If they didn't even let others bask in the glory of the Dragon Phoenix competition, it would be too unfair. This was also the reason why the Azure lineage had responded so strongly to Yang Jinghai. Clan head, although the young clan head has contributed greatly to our clan, he has only reached the dragon transformation realm for a short period of time. The Heavenly Dragon Jade token should be given to the most outstanding child. A clan elder from the Black Tortoise lineage couldn't help but speak up. This elder had a pretty good descendant who was also qualified to participate in the Heavenly Dragon ranking contest. He did not wish for Yang Wu to take away his only qualification. Holy Elder Yang Liushi said softly, "Young clan head's talent is so outstanding. He ascended to the 12th level of the God of War pagoda and is the first young person in 10,000 years to reach the top of the pagoda. His future is limitless, and I believe he will be able to shine in the Heavenly Dragon role. In the future, he will also become a pillar of support for our Yang clan. Furthermore, he is a saint apothecary and has contributed so much to the clan. What's wrong with him obtaining a Heavenly Dragon Jade token? Even 10 wouldn't be a problem. His contribution isn't something any of us here can compare to." Another clan elder said, "That's right. Young clan leader is young and promising. He should get the Heavenly Dragon Jade token. It's not impossible for others to participate. They can fight for it themselves. Besides, we found a Heavenly Phoenix Jade token in our territory. It won't be hard to get it. In an instant, the main hall was divided into two factions and they confronted each other. Some people didn't want Yang Wu to take away this one and only opportunity, but some people also approved of Yang Wu getting this opportunity. If even a young clan head didn't have the right to participate in the Dragon Phoenix battle, then this young clan head would be too unpresentable. Seeing that the dispute was at a stalemate, someone suggested a martial arts competition to determine the winner. Whoever won first place would get the Heavenly Dragon Jade token. This suggestion was supported by the middle-of-the-road faction. These people didn't want to help either side and didn't want to offend either side. Yang Jinghai's expression was extremely ugly. He knew that Yang Wu's combat strength was very strong. He had an atavistic bloodline and definitely couldn't be measured by the surface realm. However, these people in front of him only cared about their own selfish interests. It really made him angry. Yang Wu had brought so many benefits to the Yang clan and raised the prestige of the entire clan. Just the alliance with the Dan clan, Hung Mountain School, Sun clan, and other forces was definitely not something that anyone present could do. Also, those pills, who could provide them? Weren't they refined by Yang Wu without sleep and rest? Moreover, with Yang Wu's status as a peak holy elder, the medicinal herbs he bought at the Alchemist Union were all discounted. Otherwise, how could they buy so many medicinal herbs with their few holy stones? These people couldn't see Yang Wu's contribution. They were all blind. Before Yang Jinghai could scold these people, Yang Wu said, "I don't need the Heavenly Dragon Jade token. Yang Wu, don't be angry. This Jade token belongs to you." Yang Jinghai made the final decision. Following that, he looked at the elders and shouted, "Which of your descendants can ascend to the 12th level of the God of War Pagoda?" You all know what the God of War Pagoda means, right? It means that Yang Wu has an atavistic bloodline and has boundless potential. His combat strength far surpasses his peers. Also, do you want me to repeat all the things he has done for the clan? Just a Heavenly Dragon Jade token is enough for you to fall out with him. Aren't you afraid that Yang Wu and those who have contributed greatly to the clan will be disappointed? Clan leader, that's not right. We don't deny Yang Wu's potential and contributions, but he is still young after all. It won't be easy for him to get a good ranking on the Heavenly Dragon list. He will still have a chance in the next batch, Yang Mantang said faintly. Yang Mantang said faintly. After pausing for a moment, he continued, "Everyone knows that this old man's good-for-nothing junior, Yang Tianlin. He originally had the opportunity to participate in the last tournament, but he insisted on participating in this tournament. Why did he do that? It's because he wants to fight for the clan's honor. He is almost 100 years old and has reached the peak of the dragon transformation realm. With his battle chi, he will definitely be able to get into the top 1,000. If everyone feels that he is inferior to Yang Wu, I have nothing to say." Yang Tianlin was the Azure lineage's Qilin child. When he was born, there was a phenomenon. He was exceptionally talented and was once considered to be the successor of the Yang clan's clan leader. It was only because he was younger than Yang Jinghai that he did not obtain the Heavenly Dragon Jade token during the previous batch of the Heavenly Dragon list. Hence, he did not participate in the Heavenly Dragon list. At that time, many people in the Yang clan felt that it was a pity for him and felt that he should have participated. However, there was only one Heavenly Dragon Jade token. In the end, he did not compete with Yang Jinghai and gave it to him. He even announced that he would be able to get into the top 100 of the Heavenly Dragon list in this batch. In order to wait for this batch of the Heavenly Dragon list, he had waited for a total of 50 years. In these 50 years, he had been training hard. The outside forces did not know of his existence, But the upper echelons of the Yang clan knew that Yang Tianlin had potential that was not inferior to Yang Jinghai's. He might even be slightly better. If it was not for Yang Wu, the Heavenly Dragon Jade token would definitely fall into the hands of Yang Tianlin. The others were weaker than him by a level. Patriarch, Tianlin did not compete with you in the previous batch. If he does not participate in this batch, he will be very disappointed. Another sage elder from the Azure lineage said. The others did not speak anymore. They sympathized with Yang Tianlin. However, Yang Wu's contributions were right there. There was no need to talk about his potential. Giving it to anyone would only disappoint the other person. It was a very difficult choice. Yang Wu finally had the chance to speak again. He said faintly, "Everyone, don't be troubled. I already have the Heavenly Dragon Jade token. Patriarch, you can give it to whoever you want. This young master has no use for it." Yang Wu's words were so quiet that a pin drop could be heard. Instantly, the entire place was silent. Everyone looked at Yang Wu, their eyes filled with disbelief. The Heavenly Dragon Jade token and the Heavenly Phoenix Jade token were incomparably precious at this time. The Yang clan only had one and it was very scarce. Yang Wu actually said that he also had one. Was their argument just now a big joke? Yang Taiha had been resting with his eyes closed. He did not care about the clan's matters at all. A few thousand years ago, he had already experienced this kind of boring meeting. Yang Jinghai asked Yang Wu, "Yang Wu, you really have the Heavenly Dragon Jade token? Is it like this?" Yang Wu raised his hand. A dragon-shaped jade token appeared in his hand. Wasn't it the Heavenly Dragon Jade token? Good lad. Seems like this patriarch worried for nothing. After Yang Jinghai saw Yang Wu's Heavenly Dragon Jade token, he was completely relieved. He then said to the other clan members, "Just like what we said just now, the martial arts competition will determine who gets the Heavenly Dragon Jade token in this patriarch's hands. Do you have any objections?" How could the people present have any objections? Just now, not only did they offend the patriarch, they even offended Yang Wu. In the future, it would be difficult for them to obtain pills. Some of them were already regretting it. An elder apologized to Yang Wu on the spot. "Patriarch, young patriarch, what I said just now was also for the sake of the clan. I did not have any selfish motives." "That's right, patriarch. We don't have any selfish motives. Since young patriarch has the Heavenly Dragon Jade token, everyone is happy. Young patriarch is a genius. He will definitely be able to shine on the Heavenly Dragon list." Some of the flatterers started to change sides. They even said good things. Their faces changed so quickly that it was impossible for people to not be convinced. Yang Mantang opened his mouth again and said, "Patriarch, take out your Heavenly Dragon Jade token and let us take a look." "What? Does Mantang think that this patriarch privately gave it to young patriarch?" Yang Jinghai frowned and said. Then, he took out his Heavenly Dragon Jade token and said in a deep voice, "If you want the Heavenly Dragon Jade token, then rely on your own abilities. Next, let's discuss how to fight for the other Heavenly Dragon Jade tokens and Heavenly Phoenix Jade tokens." After Yang Mantang saw the Heavenly Dragon Jade token in Yang Jinghai's hand, he did not say anything else. As for how Yang Wu obtained his token, he had no right to ask. Moreover, Yang Taiha was sitting here. If he went overboard, he would definitely be taught a lesson. After some discussion, the Yang clan held a martial arts competition to determine who could obtain the Heavenly Dragon Jade token in Yang Jinghai's hands. In addition, they would also send people to seize the other Jade tokens. In a second-rate force of the Yang clan, someone had obtained a Heavenly Phoenix Jade token. They had to obtain that Jade token as soon as possible. Yang Wu originally thought that he had nothing to do with it. Who knew that Yang Jinghai actually wanted to send him to that second-rate force to obtain that Heavenly Phoenix Jade token? "Patriarch, am I suitable to do this?" Yang Wu asked Yang Jinghai. "You are our Yang clan's young patriarch. Moreover, this matter must be done by you." Yang Jinghai said with certainty. Why is that? Yang Wu asked back. They seem to want to use pills to exchange for it. Moreover, they have something to discuss with you. Since they are people under our Yang clan, why don't they voluntarily offer it up? Although our clan is improving now, there are still some people who are not optimistic. I'll have to trouble you. Chapter 973. The Yang clan held a Dragon Transformation Realm martial arts competition under the age of 100. Whoever won first place would receive the Heavenly Dragon Jade token. Everyone in the Yang clan was extremely excited. They hadn't held such a grand event in a long time. As a battle clan, the Yang clan had warlike blood flowing in their veins. The martial arts competition could stimulate their warlike side and motivate them to become stronger. In the Yang clan, the strongest Dragon Transformation Realm martial artist under the age of 100 used to be Yang Jinghai. After he broke through to the Star Rune Realm, he gave up his position. The one who replaced him was Yang Tianlin of the Azure clan, a Qilin's son. Last time, he had the opportunity to participate in the Battle of the Dragon Phoenix, but in the end, he gave it to Yang Jinghai. The main reason was that Yang Jinghai was older than him and his realm was higher. If they really fought, he might not be Yang Jinghai's opponent. This time, he had been waiting for a long time. It was time for him to amaze the world. Other than Yang Tianlin, there were two other people worth paying attention to. One was Yang Yifan, who was the same age as Yang Tianlin. He belonged to the Black Tortoise clan. He had just retired from the battle realm and had been fighting in the Black Tortoise army for 30 years. He was not willing to let Yang Tianlin shine alone. The other person was a woman called Yang Manfan. She did have a charming face and a devilish figure. She was known as the #1 beauty of the Yang clan. She was younger than the other two, but her cultivation talent was not low. She also participated in the martial arts competition. She was not fighting for the Heavenly Dragon Jade token, but for the Heavenly Phoenix Jade token found by the Yang clan. There were also some other young people who were not weak. Several of them had reached the advanced Dragon Transformation realm and their talent was not low. The martial arts competition began today. Yang Wu did not want to watch, but Yang Jinghai forced him to sit in the front row and beside him. Yang Wu, I know your battle strength is not bad, but our Yang clan is not weak either. They also represent a part of the strength of this battle of the Dragon Phoenix. As the saying goes, know yourself and know your enemy, and you will win 100 battles. Yang Jinghai said earnestly. Yang Wu felt that what Yang Jinghai said made sense, so he sat with him in the front row to watch the fight. Due to the age and strength restrictions, there weren't many people in the Yang family who met the requirements. There were less than 100 people, and the strength of these 100 people ranged from the elementary dragon transformation realm to the peak dragon transformation realm. Most of them were in the elementary and intermediate stages, and there were relatively few in the advanced and peak dragon transformation realm. Many of the martial artists who participated in the martial arts competition only wanted to test their own fighting strength. They did not expect to obtain the only Heavenly Dragon Jade plate. The martial arts competition this time was not a one-on-one competition. Instead, it was divided into 10 rounds. Each round had 10 people fighting in a free-for-all. In each round, only one winner would remain. In the end, the 10 people would fight again in a free-for-all to decide who would obtain the Heavenly Dragon Jade plate. Such a chaotic battle was like a great wave washing away the sand. Whoever remained in the end would be the brightest pearl. Yang Wu felt that this arrangement was rather novel. This was the first time he had encountered such a battle arrangement. There were many clansmen watching from the martial arts field. Young and old, anyone could watch. This place was protected by a sacred array, so the spectators would not be hurt by the power of the battle. After Yang Jinghai announced the start of the martial arts competition, the 10 Dragon Transformation Realm warriors went up the stage at the same time. Streams of dragon chi soared into the sky, forming an extremely majestic aura. The clansmen cheered. Yang Babao, you can do it! You're the strongest one! Yang Jinjing, fight well. Don't lose too badly. Mother can't afford to lose face. Nuan Nuan, don't go easy on those guys. Kick them in the balls. The Yang family members showed their incomparably valiant side. The spectators, regardless of their age, were all swearing. They were all very excited. The battle instantly began. Streams of powerful celestial chi exploded wildly in the martial arts field. The large martial artists could only see the celestial chi crisscrossing endlessly. Blue and green colors intersected. Those with poor eyesight could not see how the 10 of them fought. Only those in the dragon transformation realm could catch their movement. The strong ones were quickly finishing off the weak ones. Only after clearing them out could they let loose and decide who was the strongest. Yang Wu could feel that these people were not weak. The Black Tortoise Battle Chi and the Azure Battle Chi were both extraordinary. They had raised their battle prowess, and were not comparable to warriors of the same level. Those who were called the Battle Clan all had their own pride in their Battle Chi. The Yang family's Black Tortoise Battle Chi was once famous in the transcendent world. Although it had declined, it was still not to be underestimated. After Yang Wu rearranged the ancestral blood pool and activated the ancestral spirit, he further stimulated the bloodline power of the clansmen. These clansmen had benefited greatly. The first round of battle ended very quickly. A high-ranking dragon transformation realm clansman obtained the final victory and received the clansmen's cheers and applause. The second round began. Yang Wu watched seriously and observed their battles. He was also thinking about how he would fight with them. His battle soul could split, so it was not a big deal for him to do two things at once. Through verification, he found that these people in front of him had many flaws. However, there were also areas where they stood out. Many of them had comprehended spear intent. If their comprehension was outstanding, they would be able to cultivate their own way of the spear in the future. When it came to the third round, a seated warrior, Yang Yifan, finally appeared. He was a very flirtatious person. His hair covered half of his face, and he revealed an incomparably arrogant expression. He said, "The 9 of you can come at me together. Don't waste my time." Yang Yifan was a fellow who had stayed in the Black Tortoise Army for 30 years. His strength was completely earned through hard work. He had a very solid foundation. The aura he emitted swept out in all directions. A mighty black tortoise spirit appeared. Being able to reach this step proved that his bloodline talent was very powerful. He had also entered the peak dragon transformation realm not long ago. Even if he faced a half-saint, he would not be afraid. It was no wonder he had such confidence. The other 9 people were not polite to Yang Yifan. They joined forces to attack him. Yang Yifan condensed the black tortoise armor. Its strong defensive power blocked these attacks. With an unstoppable force, he picked the 9 people present out of the martial arts field. Each of them was covered in blood. It was really impossible to guard against his fast move. You are too weak. With this little strength, you would have been devoured by the Devil Clan in the world of battles. Yang Yifan shook his hair and said proudly. Obviously, he did not put the 9 people in front of him in his eyes. The 9 people felt very ashamed, but there was nothing they could do. Their skills were not as good as his, so they could only accept the reality. In addition to Yang Yifan, there were 1 or 2 people who could be remembered by Yang Wu. They all had their own advantages in battle. They were definitely the best among the same level. They also had the ability to fight above their level. When it came to the 6th round, a very popular woman appeared. "Manfan, come on, we love you. Manfan, you have to protect yourself. Don't be hurt by them. You rough men, remember not to use too much force. Manfan is still a girl. She can't stand your crazy attack. Manfan is still so beautiful. Whoever marries her will be blessed." A very sexy woman, swaying her waist, stepped into the martial arts field step by step. She was wearing a tight martial suit, which outlined her devilish figure. She was fierce when she should be fierce, and thin when she should be thin. The combination was just right. Perhaps her face was not as stunning as Ziyue's, nor was her figure as fiery as Shu Yujun's. However, she had an extremely enchanting temperament. Her pair of eyes that could speak words flickered with a charming radiance. Her delicate temperament was truly pitiful. This was a natural foxy woman. No wonder the young people in the clan were fascinated by her. Yang Manfan, a woman with the nickname Heartthrob, was the most promising woman in the Yang family to compete for the Heavenly Phoenix list. Yang Manfan waved to the clan members with a charming smile to express her gratitude, which caused an uproar. The women in the clan couldn't stand her appearance. Some people were cursing in a low voice, but unfortunately, they couldn't change her charm. When Yang Wu first saw Yang Manfan, he was also attracted by her charm. He couldn't help but praise in his heart, "What an enchanting woman." Her clothes weren't that revealing, but the parts that were faintly discernible made it easier for people's blood vessels to boil. Manfan is a good child. Don't be fooled by her attractive appearance. In fact, she has always been clean and honest. Yang Jinghai's voice sounded in Yang Wu's ears. Pretty good. Yang Wu came back to his senses and replied. I watched her grow up. Back then, she was a crybaby. Now, she has become a heartthrob. It really makes people sigh. Yang Jinghai sighed softly. After a pause, he asked Yang Wu, Yang Wu, you're old and young now. Manfan is a good child. Why don't you take her in? Don't let the goodies flow into the fields of outsiders. Yang Wu had just taken a sip of tea. After hearing this, he almost spat it out. He said with an embarrassed expression, Clan leader, this joke isn't funny at all. Who's joking with you? I'm serious. Manfan's background isn't good. Her parents died early. Fortunately, her talent isn't bad. She didn't disappoint the clan's nurturing of her. She grew up very well. Moreover, the sacred elder determined that she has the pulse-replenishing body. So, she can only marry into the clan and not outside. Yang Jinghai said seriously. What is the pulse-replenishing body? Yang Wu asked curiously. The pulse-replenishing body is the best body to continue the bloodline. The children born in the future will have their bloodline greatly increased. There is even a possibility of atavism. So, the clan has already set a rule for her. She can't fall in love with people outside the clan. Yang Jinghai explained. Is this really okay? Yang Wu asked sympathetically for the beautiful figure on the field. In these large clans, it wasn't rare for people of the same clan to marry. As long as the bloodline was separated by 3 or 5 generations, there was no problem at all. If the bloodline was too close, they wouldn't do anything against human relations. There's nothing wrong with it. In order for the clan to rise, it's not a big deal for her to make some sacrifices. Besides, our Yang clan sons aren't any worse than the geniuses outside. Aren't you the best example? Chapter 974. Aside from her charming appearance, Yang Manmi was also very strong. She had reached the peak of the dragon transformation realm. She was like a beautiful butterfly among the flowers, shuttling through the battlefield. One by one, her opponents fell to the ground. Manmi, I love you! Manmi, I love you! After Yang Manmi won, the cheers of the clan grew louder and louder. It felt like her popularity was even higher than Yang Jinghai's. After Yang Manmi won, her eyes could not help but look towards Yang Wu's position. It was unknown if it was intentional or not, but Yang Wu sensed her and playfully raised his eyebrows at her. Yang Jinghai smiled and said, Looks like Manmi has made her choice. Yang Wu could only pretend that he did not hear it. Yang Manmi was indeed as charming as a fox spirit, but Yang Wu was not the kind of man who could not move when he saw a beautiful woman. He did not have so many dirty thoughts in his head. Yang Tianlin, who was publicly recognized as the strongest, only went up to the 10th floor. It was unknown if it was intentionally arranged by the clan, but when he went up, he immediately became the center of attention. Yang Tianlin looked to be in his early 20s. This proved that he had made great progress on the road of cultivation. Time had not left any traces on his face. His appearance was not shockingly handsome, but it was very pleasing to the eye. He had an attractive, refined, and calm temperament. It was as if he would not panic no matter what happened. He held the mysterious scales spear in his hand and said with a smile, "Come at me together." His tone was calm, but filled with confidence. Yang Tianlin's attacks were not as explosive as Yang Yifan's, nor as elegant as Yang Manmi's. He only used one move after another, simple and effective attacks. None of the opponents on the field could withstand a single blow. They were all knocked off the stage, and no one bled. "Thank you for letting me win," Yang Tianlin said politely with cupped hands. This was a very well-behaved man. Tianlin knows how to endure. His battle strength is very strong. His attacks have reached the stage of returning to their original state. Who knows, he might have already found a martial path that belongs to him. Yang Jinghai evaluated, then he added, "Fortunately, you obtained a heavenly dragon jade token. This one will be held by Tianlin. He should be able to obtain some glory for our Yang family." "Yes, he is very strong." Yang Wu nodded. This Yang Tianlin could at least challenge a half-sage. It was no wonder that the sage elder was desperate to obtain the heavenly dragon jade token for him. Yang Tianlin, Yang Yifan, and Yang Manmi were indeed the three most popular people. Their performance in the first round did not disappoint. In the second round, the 10 victors would engage in a great battle. The final victor would obtain the heavenly dragon jade token. Of these 10 people, other than Yang Manmi, there was also a woman from the Yang family. Her looks were ordinary, but she had an extraordinary heroic aura. Her strength had reached the high level of the dragon transformation realm, and her battle prowess was not ordinary. There were not many surprises in this battle. Yang Tianlin won the final victory. He was the one who had accumulated the most battle prowess, and his talent was indeed outstanding. He also had his own innate divine ability, which he relied on to defeat Yang Yifan. Yang Yifan's battle prowess was not inferior to Yang Tianlin's. If Yang Manmi joined forces with him, they would definitely be able to defeat Yang Tianlin. However, Yang Manmi did not compete with them. She only fought with another woman for a while. After defeating her opponent, she withdrew from the battlefield. Yang Wu finally witnessed the strength of the dragon transformation realm geniuses of the Yang family. He was actually a little disappointed. Although they all had some outstanding aspects, other than the ferocious aura he felt from Yang Yifan, the others did not have any astonishing sharpness. From this, it could be seen that they were too lacking in tempering. Yang Jinghai personally bestowed the heavenly dragon jade token to Yang Tianlin and said seriously, "Tianlin, I hope you can enter the top 100 of the heavenly dragon ranking." Yang Tianlin smiled at Yang Jinghai and replied, "Don't worry, it can't be worse than your previous title of Sea Dragon King." "Then I can rest assured," Yang Jinghai said with satisfaction. Although the Black Tortoise bloodline and the Azure bloodline had some differences, the two of them still had a brotherly relationship. Afterward, Yang Jinghai announced that the top 10 could go out and search for the Heavenly Dragon Jade token and Heavenly Phoenix Jade token. Those who did not enter the top 10 could also go out, but he did not recommend it. They were too weak, and going out would be suicide. However, at this moment, Yang Wu opened his mouth to oppose Yang Jinghai's words, saying, "Clan leader, I suggest that regardless of whether it is the Dragon Transformation Realm or the Heavenly Fish Realm, as long as they are not over the age limit, they can go out and search for their own opportunities." Immediately, everyone present fell silent and looked at the young clan leader. They did not understand why he would oppose the clan leader's words. Could it be that he could not wait to ascend to the clan leader's position? Yang Jinghai naturally would not misunderstand Yang Wu. He asked, "Yang Wu, if you have anything to say, you can say it to everyone." He then said to the clansmen, Young clan leader Yang Wu, you should all be familiar with him. Let him say a few words to everyone. Yang Wu had accepted the conferring ceremony of the Yang family, and a portion of the Yang family had seen him before. However, no one was too familiar with him. Yang Wu had only returned to the Yang family for a short period of time. Even if he had done many shocking things, the time he had spent in the Yang family was too little. Moreover, he had always rushed to the top of the Yang family. Yang Wu was the kind of person who was so outstanding that he did not have any friends. Yang Wu looked at the dense crowd and said, "Everyone, don't misunderstand that I'm stealing the clan leader's limelight. I just have some words that are in my heart. Whether it's good or not, don't mind it. After all, I'm still a child. Children's words carry no harm." Yang Wu's harmless joke caused the clansmen to laugh. "Young clan leader, you are my idol. I will definitely remember what you say." "Young clan leader, your skin is really thick. You're clearly a handsome young man, but you actually call yourself a child. You don't know shame. Does young clan leader want to talk to us about the way of alchemy? We don't have talent in this area." "Indeed. You're so outstanding and you're still a child. I've lived for so many years. Young clan leader, quickly say it. I can't wait any longer." Yang Wu rarely appeared in public, let alone speak in this kind of gathering. He did not know what kind of person he was in the hearts of the Yang family members. Today, he finally found out. He had accumulated a lot of popularity in the Yang family. The atmosphere that he caused was not any worse than Yang Monfan's. In fact, it was even more enthusiastic. This was an absolute suppression of strength. Yang Wu was still a bit excited. It seemed like everything that he had done was finally accepted by the clansmen. He pressed his palm down and said in a deep voice, "The battle of the Dragon Phoenix list not only depends on one's strength, but also on one's opportunities. Whoever has a jade token can enter the place where the Dragon Phoenix battle for supremacy is held. Before that, everyone has a chance. No matter how strong or weak you are, I think you should fight for it if you have a certain chance. If you have a good opportunity, you might be able to enter the place where the Dragon Phoenix battle for supremacy is held. Even if you don't have a good opportunity, you can still hone your strength, so there's no loss. Also, I feel that our clansmen's fighting spirit has been wiped out. Every one of you is like a weak woman. Where is the fierce fighting spirit of the battle clan? Back in the days, which one of our Yang family's ancestors didn't have a fighting spirit that soared to the heavens? They killed the demon clan until they were terrified. Now you're all weak. No wonder the Xing family repeatedly came to shit on our heads. It's because we've lost the heart to become strong and brave." Yang Wu said the words that were in his heart. It might be because he was influenced by the will of the Yang family's ancestors, but he really hoped that his clansmen could pull themselves together and become stronger. The scene was silent at first. Then, no one knew who said "good" first, but everyone was completely ignited. Young clan leader is right. We're too weak. We need to become stronger. Young clan leader, are you insulting us? We've worked very hard to cultivate. How can we be as weak as you say? Young clan leader, it's easy for you to say that. If you have the ability, why don't you show us how strong you are? Young clan leader's words are very pertinent. However, we're not as weak as you say. The Yang family's ancestors were so strong. In our generation, we've really embarrassed our ancestors. Yang Wu's words hurt the self-esteem of many people. Many people felt that he had gone overboard, but there were also some who felt that Yang Wu was right. In any case, the popularity that he had painstakingly accumulated started to dissipate again. No matter how good Yang Wu's alchemy skills were, he was just an alchemist. What right did he have to criticize others for being weak? That was what they thought. However, they had forgotten that Yang Wu had killed the Xing family's prodigy on the day of Yang Wu's coronation. They had also forgotten that Yang Wu had ascended to the 12th level of the God of War Pagoda. Yang Wu opened his mouth, wanting to continue speaking, but in the end, he closed his mouth. His words didn't sound nice, but they came from the bottom of his heart. Who knew that most of the clansmen wouldn't accept it? They felt that he had underestimated the situation. At that moment, Yang Jinghai said in a holy voice, "If any of you are unconvinced, you can challenge the young clan leader. I believe that he will use his actions to show everyone what the Yang family's black tortoise fighting spirit is." Yang Wu looked at Yang Jinghai. He hadn't expected that the other party would actually put him on the fire to roast. However, after thinking about it, this seemed to be the best way to awaken the clansmen. Yang Wu turned around and said to Yang Tianlin, Yang Yifan, Yang Manmi, and the rest, "All of you come at me together. I'll teach you how to fight." Yang Tianlin, Yang Yifan, Yang Manmi, and the rest were all stunned. They were all very proud people with strong combat abilities. Even a half-sage wouldn't dare to speak to them like this. Yang Wu actually wanted to teach them how to fight? Were they sure they hadn't heard wrongly? They were all descendants of sages. Yang Wu's words were too arrogant. Yang Jinghai ordered, "All of you come at me together. Yang Wu has a Sky Dragon Jade token. If you can win, I'll make the decision to make him hand over that Sky Dragon Jade token." As soon as he said that, someone attacked Yang Wu.